Not sure. He might have gone to bed late, I guess is what's going on. Though, says he was at his computer 1 hour ago. But, I'll just show you the deck list real quick. Found it... where did I find it? Well, he showed me it last night, but I think it top-8'd one of the challenges recently, is where this came from. There might have been some evidence of this deck before as well. I'm trying to remember. I want to say it did top-8 one of them. Yeah, top-8'd this event. This is the original source of the deck. Your best Stefan impression? Don't think you're Austrian enough for that. Alright, we're at 11 people, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna fire now. Too many things open. Yeah. So the opposition agents look weird. I think the theory behind that is if you attack with Arcanus, you can ritual and cast Inside Combat, which is kind of cute. I'm not sure about that axis of the deck. I'm actually sort of wondering if this deck is a little bit too disjointed, but we'll find out soonish, I suppose. So, for those of you who don't know, Arclight Phoenix says, if you've cast 3 or more instant sorcery spells this turn, return Arclight Phoenix from the graveyard to the battlefield at the beginning of combat on your turn. So, hypothetically, if you go Dark Ritual, Buried Alive, and cast like a Bolt or a Thoughtseize or some cantrip or something, it'll trigger. There are backdoor methods to this. You can like daze your own spell as like the 3rd spell in pay. Like there's I used to play Cabal Therapy, but I think that card hasn't aged well. I do think Therapy sacrificing Phoenix used to be one of the really strong things you could do, because you could go like Therapy sacrifice Phoenix, Flashback Therapy, then cast something else, and then you would get the Phoenix back as well. So I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe that's a good route, but maybe you want to play Young Pyromancer in that case as well. So I'm thinking about it. Alright, he's seen my message at least, so I hope that means he'll be in a second. Fortunately, I am like just paranoid and try to start things early, so it builds in some lead time in case of something bad happens. Heaven forbid. Alright, we're at 14 people, so I guess it was not really in danger of not firing. And we'll see if we can hear him. Hello? Yeah, Niv, that's probably the case, but...
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Nice.
I was worried when you were... I guess you were eating or doing something, you know.
Yeah, I was...
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm just... You know me, I'm so super early to everything, and I'm paranoid as hell.
No, it's fine. Also, like, my internet sucked the past 10 minutes, so...
Oh, shit.
For some reason, I just couldn't read your Facebook messages.
Oh, did you reboot the router or something like that?
No, I just looked onto my phone because my phone was like low battery, so I didn't want to use it. But then
Oh.
I just checked on my phone and then I was like, oh, Jarvis is there.
Okay.
That's
But
good.
everything's fine now.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, probably some weird fluctuation. So it looks like it's gonna fire. And you know what? I have a proposal for you. In between rounds, we can do those introductory chess puzzles I showed you.
Oh, we could do that, yeah.
Because I feel like, for me, it's not that bad. I did all of that stuff when I was a kid. Like, I did all of that training when I was a kid. But I think for you, I don't think you actually did, right?
Not really. I mean, I've seen those, but I haven't done them.
Yeah, when I was in like elementary or middle school, I would go to chess club every Tuesday, and our like coach or teacher would put up puzzles before we played our ladder matches or whatever.
They will be hard for me if they're from an actual chess club or something. But we can do them still. Like, it's fun. I'm open for those.
No, like these ones are like introducing you. How do you checkmate with like a king and a rook, or stuff like that?
Okay. I mean, yeah, we can do those. I don't think those don't sound very hard. But...
They aren't, but the point is, when you're in a time crunch, you need to actually just have it internalized, right?
Yeah, you need to do it like in the set. You need to know it beforehand, basically.
Exactly. It's like playing. It's like playing a Miracle Endgame, right? You need to just know it. You can't waste time thinking about it once you're there.
Yeah. You need to know it so you can focus on the other not repeatable stuff, basically.
Right. Well, once you're at that point, it should be just academic to, defeat your opponent. At the higher rating levels, like, whatever, people just usually resign by that point because they know they're dead. But if you can't guarantee that, then you might as well do it. Or if you're low on time, they still might make you play it out because that's.
I've seen some weird match from Hikaru from 2012 where he was winning because he was promoting his pawn to a knight.
Oh yeah,
do you know that one?
No, but there are situations where it comes up because it's
really
just
fringe. It's really fringe. And then there was a mate that would have taken like at least 10 turns to play out or more, but his opponent just resigned because both knew it was over. But it's like, for me, it's like, wow. They know that it's a mate in 10 turns, and with those exact pieces in this situation, I was like, okay, I'm never gonna be good at chess.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, obviously, there's things I hard to figure out. Plus, we have a full prelim, and I've not played a game with this deck. I briefly talked about how it worked. I actually thought about it for a while. I think actually sideboarding into the Doomsday package is not that bad.
I think the default plan is actually to sideboard into it because either your opponent overloads on removal or...
Oh my god! We got the buy!
That's... I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, it's pretty good.
It's bad from a content perspective.
Yeah, maybe that was her... You check again.
I don't think it's actually... Wait, it's just going in circles. Oh my god. Alright, I give up.
I think that you have to, there has to be a sequence at the start that we miss. And if you don't do it correctly, then it can go on forever.
Alright, I'm going to use the bathroom before we actually play a match because I have 50 seconds. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Yeah, Stockfish against itself is not a pog. We've determined that. It just tried to make us draw, essentially.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. We wanted to play perfectly.
It's too hard. No one can play perfectly. Rude Eternal, the deck list is on the left-hand side by the Cardboard Live extension. We did not actually play a match round 1 because we had a bye. Oh, great hand. Alright. Welp. I mean, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think this hand is...
Do you bottom Arcanist or the second Force? Probably second Force.
Might be the Force.
Yeah. I think it's kind of close, actually, but...
It's pretty close. If we knew the matchup, there was a clear answer. Matchup determines the keep. Maybe Delver? Maybe... I don't know.
So if I draw a land, I don't even want to cast my Ponder on 1.
Yeah. That's for sure.
So I think I'm going to fetch Island and actually play Delver.
Yeah, you just play Island, I think. Yeah.
The other thing you could do is just wait and actually hold this for Force. That actually might be better.
I mean, if you draw a land, then it's really good. If you
but
still have
then I have
Force.
nothing to force through the Buried Alive, right?
Sorry, what?
So, okay, here are the options. If I play Delver, I have no pitch card for my foul to force these three spells.
I'm saying like if you just I'm saying if you just wait and draw a land.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm not playing the Delver.
Yeah, that's what I said as well.
Okay.
That's why I was confused.
No. I think this is good then. We're all on the same page. We played 0 matches and we're 1-0.
Yeah, we are pretty good. 100% win rate without practice. Also, like...
I don't think I care about this, actually.
No, our deck doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good to be a deck that doesn't care about that.
Oh, nice. Okay,
so we just...
So I'm going to fetch for
just
Volk,
for
I think.
Yeah, you Volk Ponder, and then Dark Root.
They might daze even, and I'm okay with that.
That's fine.
I think I should just keep my own days, actually.
Yeah, we just take days, and then we just call them. This also has Arcanist backup, even if they have like Dead of Winter. Or they probably don't play that. They're probably like Pokepile. Yeah, I would take the Arclight Phoenix. The hardest decision.
Whoa, this deck is busted. Cal, I know you remember playing this deck at its peak.
Column Smith.
Yeah, Cal did a lot of work. I think I did a little bit of work, but mostly I told him to cut the bad cards for good cards.
And the person who re-engineered this deck also did a little bit of work. Because I feel like the addition of Upper Agent actually makes sense in this deck. Because it makes your Dark Ritter as less of a situational combo card. So you have like 7 payoffs for Dark Ritter now.
Yep. Yeah, maybe we should have just played matches with the deck in between instead of trying to figure out that stupid Queen versus Rook mate.
No, that's fine.
I think the answer is if I wanted to learn that, I would actually go watch a YouTube video that taught me how to do it.
I just think there was like there has to be some stuff at the beginning that just snowballs them to like have to move into a corner.
Yeah, it was David something playing Land Grant.
Oh yeah, there was that Land Grant Arclight Phoenix list that was kind of all in though. But it's funny.
No, I think putting these 2 cards, even though like Arcanist doesn't really trigger this. Wow, Ultimate Price is really going deep. You know, if you really don't like this stream, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so we make their fetch unusable.
I think I just attack and
Yeah, you just attack
play
them.
Arcanist probably.
Yeah. Hit him for 9.
And the nice thing is, versus decks that have a lot of removal, if their plan is to just like remove my things one by one, I can just wait until a turn that I have 3 spells and get my Phoenix back, you know?
They're fetching first. Oh, they are Plow.
Plow. Okay. I'm not going to force this, obviously. I think it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So they're just 5C Snow.
Oh, no, they could be the Miracles deck, right? Don't they play 1 walk as well?
Oh, true. I think I still want to do this.
So if they Terminus and we force... Huh.
I could also just say go, but then that opens up a lot of things that don't win.
Also ponder for a bolt. I don't know, man. Maybe we just play the Arcanist either way.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the Arcanist.
And just force Terminus. And if they force back, then we ponder for a bolt.
Yep.
Maybe we should have just forced the Plow, actually. Thinking about Terminus now.
Oh, well, I'm fine with that.
They don't have Terminus. Yeah, that's fine.
The Volk main usually means Snow, since most people copy Marxus. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's... I thought actually that Mark plays Volk. He doesn't? Does he play Volk in his sideboard, or like does he not play Blast at all anymore? Or does he?
I thought he plays Volks in the sideboard at least.
Oh, he has them in sideboard, so that's a difference. I thought he has them in... Oh yeah, he has the main deck carpet, and then like
This, if I daze this, what happens? They pay, then they could draw another white source and Plow, so I should just let it go.
I think you just force.
Oh, I could just force pitch Delver.
How can they ever win?
Yeah. Actually, never mind. This is correct.
You just force the Uro and they just die.
I thought too long about that.
Yeah.
Actually, it does do something.
So this is Snow, not Miracle.
Yeah, it's Snow.
Now we know that.
Do I side into Doomsday?
I think yes.
Okay.
So what did they bring against our car? Like what do they sideboard? That's the main question. You definitely bring the Doomsday package, I'm pretty sure. The question is just like the Doomsday package is 7 cards, right? You need the Edge of Autumn.
And probably you want the Fosters as well, actually, right?
Might want them. Yeah, you might want them. The thing is, like, you have to take out 7 to 9 cards. And the Arclight package is 8 cards. And the creature package with, like, Opposition Agent, Delver, and stuff. The thing is, like, you probably don't want to side out Opposition Agent. Because your Dark Rituals can only Doomsday that. Well, the thing is, a lone Opposition Agent is also not going to cut it, right? So, yeah, I think actually here you don't want the Opposition Agents. Probably. Because, like, you're on the draw.
So this is a reasonable swap, I think.
Could be. Arcanist is usually better.
I'm never cutting the Arcanist in this matchup, I think, period.
No, I'm thinking about, like, what cards do they bring against Arclight Phoenix? Do they have anything even? Like Soul Guide or, like, Containment Priest?
It depends. Like, people do all sorts of shit. They often have Surgical or Spell Bomb, but I think I'm going to leave in the Phoenixes because I think they're just good for Snow, period. So I think I'm going to side these out. I think these are on the weaker side.
6, 10. We have 18 blue. Yeah, it should be fine. It's just counting blue cards. Like, you could cut the... Mm-hmm. It's so random to have, like, 1 Delver in your deck. I'm just thinking about, like, cutting the Opposition Agent for a Delver because of blue count. But then, like... Then again, you have, like the Delver is much worse than the Opposition Agent, probably. So, yeah.
That was a sweet game that...
Kind of. Would have been more interesting if they had Terminus. They're probably not a Terminus deck.
Uh, I guess I keep, but it's not like
I think it has to be a keep
yeah.
because the brainstorm fixes the hand. You have 2 bad cards to put it. Yeah. Also, yeah, there's one thing like Edge of Autumn doesn't have to always be used for the Doomsday pile. You can like cycle it later, maybe.
You just look at this hand, and you're like, what the hell is going on with this deck?
Better than Land Grant.
If you do that, Min, I will just drink water some number of times and then bank the rest of the requests. You don't. It's not like redeeming that gives you control over the streamer. Don't be ridiculous.
The control over Jarvis.
Yeah, that's just
Jarvis
ridiculous.
Is forced to die of water poisoning.
But really, if you're trying to do that, you should really support this stream by hitting that follow button and hit that sub button. Yeah, see, this was pretty likely.
Okay, that's fine though. Yeah, that's why I thought maybe we should have sided up the Phoenixes actually.
That's okay.
Getting Underground Sea.
Also, this looks different from that.
Yeah, this is like the. It looks like the DCI version.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, I mean...
I want the land, but I'm not sure I want anything else.
You want the Arcanist. I think if they spellbomb on Arcanist, then we win, because then we can brainstorm Dark Ritual Buried Alive. So the thing is, like, obviously they could also just remove the Arcanist, but maybe they're tempted to spellbomb. Oh, that looks like DK though. I still think you play the Arcanist.
Yeah, that's fine.
You don't want to brainstorm yet anyway.
We have a lot of bad cards. I think we're gonna just win a very long game with Doomsday. Is what's probably what's gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen. I think so too. But that's good for us. That's not a DK.
And they're not close to turning it on, so we can attack next turn if they let us.
Yep.
Okay, so they might have it off like a second collateral, but that's okay, right?
It's okay still. Get it plow. Huh. I don't think we are allowed to force of will. I really don't think. Because the thing is, without the brainstorm, our hand is quite unplayable, right?
Dark Ritual out Phoenix. I don't think I want to do that, actually.
Nah. They could just place no permanent.
I think I'm just going to brainstorm off
Well, if you Dark Ritual out Phoenix, then obviously you can get it back later. But I think it's much better to just brainstorm and try to hit Doomsday. It's probably better. There's 2 Phoenixes. That's quite interesting.
It's not ideal. I think I'm just going to put back Edge and a Phoenix.
The problem is we are going to redraw them, probably.
I know. My plan is to cast Brainstorm again next turn, but not this turn.
Is there a line where we sack the Edge first and then Brainstorm? So we get deeper? So maybe put Phoenix and put the Edge so that you can draw it.
Or I could just put both Phoenixes back.
I'll put both Phoenixes, yeah.
Yeah. Alright. I'm not going to cycle this turn, but I might cycle next turn. Yeah. Can we put back like 4 cards? Can we put back 4 cards and shuffle our deck?
I mean, we could shuffle our deck with Buried Alive next turn, but I don't know.
I don't want to Buried Alive into their spell bomb, like, personally.
Buried Alive lands.
You can't. It says creatures on it.
Oh, never mind. It has to, yeah. Okay, Oko. So how much are we on the how much Doomsday are we?
I think I'm just resigned to Doomsdaying, really.
Yeah, we just let this resolve. I think it's weird that they didn't hit us with I guess whatever. So
I think they're leaving a plow, really.
I'd probably edge.
Yeah, you float a blue first, obviously.
Yeah, and then like then just brainstorm.
Okay.
There's Arcanist, which is basically an elk. But it's fine, yeah. Maybe we should put back the bird. No, the bird alive can be useful later. Yeah, just put back the Phoenix as problem. Yeah, it's the decision is between the Phoenix and the bird alive, and I think the bird alive is gonna be better. Because if they ever choose to pop the spell bomb, maybe in response to a Doomsday, just to try to get a counter spell, then we definitely want to have the backup plan of Phoenixes still.
If they elk my Arcanist, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that probably happens.
Oh, I guess this makes sense.
Oh, they can. Oh man.
But they only have a plow in their graveyard. I
No,
can't.
I think that was pretty.
Maybe I should have not done that then. Actually,
I think that was pretty bad of us actually. But the thing is, well, actually, it's not that bad because, if we had a Phoenix now, we could kill Oko. Because
I mean, I could redraw one, but that also means any plow or
I knew they were
whatever.
gonna attack. They should not attack with the quad there. It's not correct.
They might have another one though. So
Oh yeah,
I don't think I'm allowed to redraw a Phoenix. Really,
we are going for Doomsday. We are going for Doomsday.
So Underground Sea probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you brainstorm.
Yeah. It's not bad if we need to gain life. It's true. So if I'm thinking about blasting this.
If they blast it, do we force the blast? I feel like yes, actually.
I feel like yes. There's so many bad cards in our hand.
Well, I think we might be at the point where we actually
Buried Alive Doomsday or Buried Alive.
Yeah, to shuffle. But we will not do it this turn. I think we still wanna play out the Arcanist, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I think you put back 2 Dark Reds, play Arcanist, so you can pitch days.
Yep.
And then like next turn you can Bird Alive Hardcast. I mean like, yeah. The thing is like we might actually force pitch days and then Dark Ritual Hardcast force at some point.
Another thing we can do is if they pop Spell Bomb in response to my Arcanist trigger, I could just bury alive the next turn, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Problem is that's not really winning anymore. Oh, of course, this also makes sense.
It's fine though. I think you might actually want to force.
Oh, you think
you might want to force the plow because then they have to have an answer for the Arcanist. Maybe that's playing the wrong game though.
I feel like I didn't do it, but I should have considered it at least.
The thing is, like, we are not super likely to draw Doomsday because we don't have cantrips in our hand.
All right, I'm still supposed to do.
Don't play Dark Ritual.
Why yeah. Whoops. Yep.
And I don't know what we are entombing. That sucks. Okay, Dark Ritual would not have played around that. Well, it would have, but then we would have double Dark Ritual. And then we would not have had a Dark Ritual for Doomsday, so IMO, this is fine. Because they would have also Flusterstormed our Doomsday.
So I still need to draw a Doomsday.
Yep. We have they hit us for 5 and 8, which is 13, which is still out of the Doomsday range, you know. Again, good life. Kind of weird that we.
I mean, we really need to stop drawing Dark Rituals, but that's what happens when you put the card in your deck.
Yeah, we need, like, this deck needs Dark Rituals, 4 of them post 4.
So I don't think Doomsday is good enough anymore, actually. Oh, we would need a cantrip too, essentially, right?
Yeah, we were just passing, and then like, hopefully we draw brainstorm again. Fourth one.
I think I actually need to draw a brainstorm to win now.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
think
cracking
so.
this food though this turn.
Yep.
Because let's see, I take 8, go to 2, go to 5. Oh, actually, it doesn't really matter.
I
This
think you
is
still should, because the
yeah,
food,
yeah.
like, what does the food do? And then like, I think we should have just forced the plow actually.
Yep, that was a mistake. Not forcing the plow was bad, I think. All right.
Okay, there's Ponder. Playing off Volk probably,
Yeah.
because what does red do? There's no brainstorm, so we shuffle. We really need to hit like brainstorm into. There's brainstorm, yeah. Into something really absurd. Well, that's not it.
Sucks. I don't think they
Yeah, I
have
don't
that
know.
many spell bombs,
Yeah,
but
the thing is, like, they have more removal than spell bombs, right?
yeah, exactly. So I mean,
Still
we
thinking if there's a better way to sideboard.
I think I might just cut Oppo Agent for like.
But what we could like.
What happens if I just surgical all of their removal?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I don't think it's a good. I don't think it's a good plan. I really don't think so. I think they have too many answers for Arcanist to be surgical in their removal. Arcanist will not work.
Is this a null rod game? No, I
I
don't.
was thinking about Nullrod, but I don't think like they can elk it, and like you only shut off Spellbound and
Mm-hmm.
Astrolabe. That's it. No, can't be it. I mean, I don't know. Oppo Agent looks pretty bad, so that's fine.
I think we're gonna have one surgical in.
You could have one surgical. You can also surgical Uro at some point. I feel like our deck wasn't. I don't think we sideboarded wrong. I feel like this game just played out very different from what it usually does. Like, we didn't find a Doomsday at all, and we just drew all Dark Rips, and
We had Dark Roots and Buried Alive versus their spell bomb, which is not really where you want to be, but obviously
like,
they're going to do that because we said
yeah.
we like made it clear that it's probably correct to do that, right?
Yeah.
Well, we still have game 3. Like, maybe we'll just have turn 1 C, Rit, Buried Alive with Days backup.
You can also turn 1 C, Rit, surgical the Rit, and then Buried Alive.
Yeah, I mean, free spells are broken, right?
Or turn 1 Rit, Days Force, Buried Alive, but then you lose to their Force, so you should probably not do that.
Yeah, this person plays really stock Snow. They have a containment priest in the sideboard, but I'm still gonna leave in the Buried Alive package because we're in the play. So if you do it on turn 2, it gets underneath the.
Just imagine if we drew Doomsday at any point, because if they have Spellbomb, Containment Priest, removal, they don't have many cards left to interact with Doomsday, and we have Thoughtseize, Force Cluster to interact with their interaction. So we're much better than them on that Axis postboard. Problem is, obviously, if you don't find a Doomsday, then all of the other cards don't matter. But yeah, next time just draw the nuts.
Yeah, drawing the nuts is a good solution to a lot of bad matchups, isn't it? Or even like decent matchups, rather.
I think if you have the nuts, you might even. Oh, I think you still keep that. Yeah. You keep that. Yeah, brainstorm. You just go like.
Meyer go, I think, is correct.
Yeah, fetch land and passing. Yeah. So if they fetch a duel, they're probably gonna play Spellbomb. If they fetch like a basic, it might be different. Okay, there's a spell again.
God damn it. Why did you say that? Why did you have to say it? I was not going to say anything because it's less likely to happen if you don't say it. Alright, I think I'm just going to brainstorm now and put the dead cards back.
We could also Dark Grixis Phoenix. No, that's brainstorm.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
There's Arcanist with some backup. Maybe we actually keep the Arclight this time and put the Buried Alive away.
I'm putting Buried Alive land back, I think.
Yeah. Keeping Arclight. Passing the next turn we can Arcanist. They're probably gonna answer the Arcanist anyway, right? So we need to play a long game.
Should have gotten a C, I think, actually. That's bad.
More birds.
Actually, no, getting bulk is fine. I changed my mind. They need Oko to answer it. No, they play Abrupt Decay, Lily. Right? Like, Decay is actually an issue.
They can also just play a land and play Plow, and we can't fluster. That's the other thing that can happen. They have a million ways to answer this, so like,
well,
we're not expecting...
given their current mana, they can't actually decay, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, but they can Plow, and we can't do much about that. Okay, if we get to untap, then we get their Spellbomb probably, or maybe they don't crack it. That would be great, insane for us.
I wonder if I was actually supposed to keep the Buried Alive over the Phoenix because of the
Spellbomb.
I mean,
I felt like the Arcanist was not gonna stick, you know. So then obviously it's better to have the Phoenix, but maybe you just have to hope they have to crack the Spellbomb. That's what we did game 2, right? Game 2 we played the other way. Game 2 we tried to make them use it.
Why did they think so long?
Yeah, I was like, why don't you not just Plow right away?
Whatever. Alright,
yeah,
I'm casting.
I think you're just gonna... yeah, this is funny. I would get Badlands in case...
Yep, I'm getting Badlands.
Even though they should not bring that in, probably.
We should not put our Phoenixes into the graveyard. I think putting our Phoenixes in the graveyard would be a very bad idea right now.
Probably.
They call me Brain. I feel like Phoenixes make more of a scree sound.
What?
I don't know.
Maybe they do.
I don't know what sound Phoenixes make. Who knows? How often do you encounter a Phoenix in real life?
Yeah, that makes sense. Nobody can know.
How many cantrips? We have 9 cantrips in our deck?
Yep.
So we have 8 more to draw, and they're all like pretty good here.
We also have 2 Arcanists. And we have Dina. We can also just draw the Doomsday. I mean,
we do.
Then we would just start with Doomsday, and then they would just lose, probably.
Probably. Yeah, it's kind of insane. Doomsday would have been winning most of these turns in the previous game as well, but maybe...
More white mana.
Yeah, that's not great for them.
Okay. Oh, maybe stop. Maybe you should actually Dark with Phoenix here, because then you have double Fluster up in case they want to, like, Plow. I think that's
Actually,
actually
yeah,
worth it.
that
Because
is
like, what
worth
does the
it.
Dark Red do anyway? We have another one.
You're actually 100% right. I didn't even
Yeah.
consider it, but I should
I
have.
think like if they don't have enough answers here, then they might actually die to this. So it's worth to have all the flusters up.
To our snare thopters.
I think you flustered that.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe should have left up the bulk, because if they don't know the list, they might play around Power Blast next turn. But yeah.
And they cannot fluster our fluster successfully, because whichever one has one copy will just pay
Yeah,
for
then
it.
we will just pay the old good old fluster situation.
Wait, no. Does it work? They have 2 mana untapped.
Oh, no. They had Caracas themselves, so
Whatever. I don't want to think about it anymore.
5, 6, we pay 1. They pay 1. Yeah, I think they could have flustered or flustered because
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, they can. If they didn't have a mana up, they couldn't. That's whatever. That's probably gonna make it hard to win with Phoenixes, but it's fine.
Well, they can't flash it back currently.
Can't possibly cast it next turn if they don't hit an Astrolabe here. They need Astrolabe. Oh, hello.
All right, we'll get them on both axes.
That's actually so funny.
I'm obviously going for it, right?
Yeah, obviously you have to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just tap any land, play Doomsday, and then we stack a Cavern pile, which will have Cavern Oracle as the last cards, Edge of Autumn. Okay.
I can put Edge of Autumn in there to speed it up a turn as well, I think, right?
Yes. No, you can actually do it the same turn
because we have a lot of mana, right?
Yeah. Because you draw the Edge and then you draw the Brainstorm. Well, actually, never mind. We only have one card. No, wait. You cannot do it the same turn with Cavern backup, but you can do it. This deck would need a Knight's Whisper too, or like an Ideas Unbound, but I don't think.
Well, Arcana Serve does that, right?
True. So, Thassa's, Cavern Edge, Brainstorm, I think. Is there a we even have free space, so that means we could put some insurance card in there. I don't know which one though.
Well, most of the insurance cards are not very good, right?
No, I'm saying Thoughtseize or insurance in the sense of protection for the I don't know if they have something that interacts with Oracle. I don't know. Or a second Doomsday.
Also, so could put an Arclight Phoenix on top. Someone has pointed this out.
That's not that bad, probably. We have 4 mana, right? So we draw. Edge of Autumn. We could also put Surgical into the pot to just get rid of Uro. I feel like you kind of want to put. Yeah, what cards do they have to interact with Cavern Oracle anyway? Not much, right? What is there to? I think we should just go full Doomsday, maybe. You could just you could just put the Arclight on top, and the Brainstorm as well, because that makes us you can draw the Arclight and cast it, but in case they swipe they sweep the board, you can just draw the Arclight, pass, and then next turn you draw the Brainstorm, and then so. I think
is Brainstorm correct?
Well, the thing with Brainstorm is it lets you do it the turn you can. It lets you do it the same turn, because then you have to. Well, actually, maybe Brainstorm is maybe it's worse than Ponder.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking.
Yeah, you need Ponder.
Because
never mind.
Yeah,
I'm done. Right. Yeah, you need Ponder. So the order. Yeah, that's fine. Those are the cards, and the order is
So
Cavern,
Oracle on bottom, I think, right?
Oracle, Cavern on bottom. I think Cavern and then Oracle, but it doesn't matter because we're at Ponder.
Sure.
Yeah, and then probably Ponder Edge. I think the Ponder after the Edge, and then Arclight Phoenix.
All right.
On top. So we have.
Can't wait to die to some random thing that we didn't think of.
Yeah, I mean they could have Torpor Orb, but then we can just play Arclight Phoenix.
Yeah, that's funny. We net summoned them by putting 3/2. I also wonder what would have happened if I just put 2 Phoenixes on top.
Then might have one as well. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I just feel like it's safer to have if you have the Ponder in the pile, you can like immediately draw the Oracle and play it, and still have like one card in your library.
Right.
To have another attack step. Yeah, the Brainstorm doesn't make sense. I don't know why I thought about that.
Brainstorm makes sense when you have cards in your hand, right?
Yeah, if you had another, like if you had an extra card in your hand, then essentially, yeah, that's it. They still cannot Uro, which is good.
If they drew they drew a land this turn, right?
Yeah, they would need to. I don't know. Okay. What is that?
They're probably trying to cast another Uro, is my actual guess, right?
I hope they're not. Okay,
I don't.
That's okay. That's
think
fine.
That matters.
Not really, because they
cannot
crack the
yeah,
food
exactly.
And plow. They cannot crack the food and force, so they are dead. I think. So our Doomsday pile was actually just over.
We won this game by casting 3/2 flyers for 4.
Yeah, maybe we should have done that game too.
I think actually the way their deck is constructed, I think they might actually be pretty soft to this.
Yep. Ooh. Yummy food.
Undefeated! We've only played one match though.
We did it the hard way, the honest way. We just played all of the Phoenixes instead of getting them back for 3 mana.
No, but we punked them in game 1 with that, so it counts.
True, yeah. We paid 12 mana instead of 3.
Yeah, it was really, really, really funny. I mean, they weren't doing anything. We weren't doing anything, so we just decided to lean on them and see if they had anything. The answer was they had nothing. Oh, that's so good. I already have more wins today than I did last night.
Puppy.
Yeah.
The reason why I like this deck is because it kind of fixes a problem that the deck has, which has always been that you don't have enough creatures in the normal, like the older versions used to have Arcanist, Delver, and then some of them played Pyromancer, I think.
And Dark Confidant.
And Dark Confidant.
Yeah.
And I think those creatures are probably worse than a creature that makes you use your Dark Rid. Like Dark Confidant you were able to Dark Rid Thoughtseize or Cabal Therapy. Sometimes people play Cabal Therapy, I think.
Right.
And then play Dark Confidant on turn 1, but it's a 3-card combo. And you can just leave up 1 mana to maybe Dark Rid Oppo Agent, and if you don't have to, then you can untap and try to play for the Verity Life plan. It just lets you switch gears pretty fast, because you have a creature plan, you have the Arclight plan, which is a creature plan, but not really, because your opponent needs too many removal spells. And then you have the Doomsday plan. So your opponent, sometimes I think they are just clueless. To know, they don't know how to interact with you, because you have 1 of 3 plans, which makes this pretty hard to play against.
Akash claims that we cannot claim undefeated after that Queen. Oh God! Queen versus Rook puzzle, and
Queen versus Rook puzzle. No, but we just don't talk about that, okay?
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
I feel like there is some really easy way to check. I feel like I've done that before, but in an actual game, and it probably just happened because my opponent misplayed. But I feel like there's a much easier way than we started. It's at 18 moves, right? So, like the way it starts is probably crucial.
Hey everyone, this is Kevin from thechesswebsite.com. Today we're going to be going over an in-game.
I mean, it's a slightly different constellation.
Yeah, but no, I want to see what the end game looks like.
Yeah.
So that the side with the queen can capture the rook and then go on to checkmate.
Yeah, if you know the solution, then you can always try to
Reverse engineer it.
Reverse engineer, yeah.
Where the king moves to, the queen can come down, capture on b1, and we have a queen and king versus king in game. This is a
Well,
easy victory for whites. But
maybe
not all
there
the
was a
games are
turn
this
like
easy.
that in
If you're not familiar with the 50-move rule in chess, if a
puzzle as
pawn
well.
is not moved or a piece is not
That's what I
captured,
thought, like,
50 moves, the game
there
is
has to
drawn.
be like
Definitely
some
position
way
with the queen versus rook. They're not super
to,
easy. Making sure you can do it under 50 moves can
to
be a
check
challenge
the
if you don't
king
know how to.
while,
Going over a few examples
like
how to
have
approach it,
to
how you
force
can
to
move
move
around,
the
separate
king
from
of
the rook.
the
We'll also have a link in the
rook
description below on the
being
website.
able
There
to
are
like
some practice
block it.
boards, so if you want to go through play against the computer, see how well you do in different variations, we will have that for you as well. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Oops.
The first example we're going to look at is the Philidor
has to
position,
be
and it is
a
White's move. Trying to
constant.
figure out how to win
There's
here. Black has
different
done a good
ones.
job of barricading himself, and it's tricky for White to find a win. But if it were Black's move, it really doesn't want to go anywhere. There's no good squares for Black to continue. If he tries to move his rook, it doesn't have too many
it's
options
easy.
for
You
his
just
king.
move
King over
to.
here, C8 here.
Oh,
Rook
we're
to A7,
white,
that's
right?
going to lose. Queen up
Yeah,
to
wait,
D8,
that?
that's
Oh,
checkmate.
they
If he
had
brings
the
his
turn.
rook
They
to
had,
C7, you can see capture here. That's not going to go
Yeah.
extremely well. Rook to D7, sometimes you give up material because you want to stalemate, meaning your king can't move. You have no legal moves, and you're not in check. That's actually a drawn game.
Oh yeah,
So
the
we're
rook
gonna
had
be playing that too
no
often.
square
Rook
to
over
go
here
because
to
if
E7.
he
Okay,
goes,
queen up here,
if the rook
D8,
goes,
forking the rook. The rook is
yeah,
going to
if the
fall.
rook goes there,
If he comes
you
over here
you get
to
it.
F7,
And
then
if
you
it
could just
goes
play queen down
too
to
far
B4.
away, then you
After
can
the
just
king comes
mate.
C8, you can bring queen to
Oh
D6.
no, then it
There's
plays
no
on
way
this
to
side.
stop
Okay,
the
okay,
threat
okay,
here.
that's
Yeah, you
good.
could always bring your
That's
rook down, just sacrifice it. But
kinda
at the end of the day,
hard to
this
know,
is
though.
going to end in a checkmate. If we come back and say rook to G7 to A1, pretty challenging.
So if the rook
which
moves to
tends
a
to mean
dark
that you have
square,
a
you can.
much stronger and easier in game.
Yeah.
But here,
Okay, there's
White can
the
play
other one.
queen to D1. And the king has no legal moves here. If the rook was off the board, you could always win. This is a video showing all of those. What I've found in most...
All right. That was not that helpful, but, you know.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to look for a turn where you can. Usually, you're supposed to look for a turn where you can
Fork
isolate.
the,
Yeah, you can fork king and rook and isolate the rook. Thus, making the rook not able to block for the king, basically.
Right.
If you find that turn, then it's over. And if you just focus on that, it's probably much easier than what we did at first.
All right. There's one match left. It's Rogue versus Snow, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Joker usually plays Snow and Kiyu. Aggro is Japanese and usually plays Rogue, is what I recall.
Yeah, they usually play Rogue.
Yeah, I lost to them in the showcase for my second loss in like round 8. It was a tilt. Another prelim with Minotaur Painter. Who's playing Minotaur Painter? I mean, we played against that for a 3-1.
I mean, we could play Minotaurs next time, but I feel like I don't know if that increases your prelim winning chances. The thing is, like, we played against a person who was 2-1 with it, though, so maybe we can do better than them.
Maybe.
I don't know how many leagues did I play until I 5-0. It wasn't that many. I think the deck was fine. I am branded as a Minotaur. Branded like the Minotaurs on Didgeridoo.
Brrr. That's my didgeridoo sound.
It's almost it's quite accurate, but something is missing, you know, to make it.
Well, there are no Minotaurs in my room, so it clearly wasn't right, you know.
Yeah, that's true. There's a Minotaur from Unhinged who has a reference to didgeridoo in its flavor text.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's
let's
called
find it.
Herloon something. Herloon. I don't know what. Something with Herloon. Just Just write Heirloom.
Hold on.
Oh, you go to Unhinged. Oh, did you redo it?
I did not spell it right, which is...
Didgeridoo.
Look, it's so...
I didgeridoo don't think that's how to spell it. It's almost correct. Yeah, we were just...
Oh, it's Hurlin Wrangler.
Wrangler, yeah.
Nothing comes between me and my Didgeridoo's TM. It has Denim Walk.
Yeah, it's because it has genes, right?
But look, it's a 2 in a red 2/2 instead of a 2 in a red 2/3. Or 1 in a red 3/3.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it has Denim Walk. That's probably why it's good.
But I never wear denim. So it's useless for me.
How many Magic players were denim?
I don't know, not that many, but like
some. Yeah, it's probably pretty random to hit someone.
all right.
Yeah, I don't know. When they first started making Minotaurs again, which was the old Theros, like the first Theros. That was the first time when I like thought about building Minotaur deck with Didgeridoo.
Really? But there's no good Minotaurs in Theros is the problem, right?
No, there was nothing, and it was not playable. But then I was like, if we like, it's possible that they one day make like some playable Minotaurs. So.
All right, let's look.
Also, like in the new spoiler, there's some like dwarf stuff as well, and I don't know, like they go on the tribal train.
There's some changelings. There's like a rare changeling that Mystic Forges for that type.
Yeah. There's also this tribal birthing pod-esque thing.
I looked at that. 2 to activate and sack something, I think is a bit too much.
I don't think. I've thought of some ways to use it. Like you could, for example, that sounds really weird, but like you have to think that way to find stuff that works, right? So you could play Bloodghast, which is a spirit, and then sack it to get Skyclave Apparition, and always get back
that's cool.
Bloodghast to always spam Skyclave Apparitions basically. But then you would need to have double black and double white in your deck, so that doesn't feel very good.
So this is the best. This is the best Minotaur cost reducer, except it only really works if your Minotaurs cost black red.
Exactly, black red.
Yeah.
I mean, I use that in draft sometimes, but it's not a card that that's not a card that I put into my deck very often.
I actually think this card was not that good in that format. I mean, there were a few Minotaurs like.
No, it wasn't at all.
Reducing this one was the broken one.
This one was the good Minotaur.
Yeah,
this one was the good uncommon Minotaur. And this one also, like the 5-mana one, was the only one that made you able to play a Minotaur deck in draft, I think.
But you could curve this into this, which was kind of broken, so...
Yeah, if you had that, exactly. And also the Rage Monitor, however it's called, the cost reducer.
Yeah, and also...
It's like a card that usually tabled, so you got it if you wanted it.
Now remember, this card was great.
This card was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was like some other Minotaurs. Most of them weren't that good, obviously.
Like this.
This one, for example, was terrible. This one was...
Oh, this one was actually decent.
This one could combo kill in that format if you had the Hippo, I think, or something. I don't know how exactly it worked. There was some combo with it.
Yeah, probably. I mean...
Like, you could, like, for 2 mana create tokens or something.
There's a lot of random Minotaurs.
Boars are kind of one of the more prominent ones, but not one you want to put into play with Didgeridoo.
Warfire Javelineer was a Minotaur.
That's true.
I was mad that they did not reprint this one in Amonkhet Remastered. But that's...
I can see that. There's 2 Nehebs. I don't know. I've seen that there once was a deck that played Glorious Vengeance for one of the Nehebs. I don't know which one though.
It was probably this one.
Yeah, it was like, so you have more Grizzlebrand style cards. Like this one like kind of, it drew cards. Yeah, that's a fun. Let's kind of win more. I don't know.
And then we had a bunch of random
this card.
things.
Yeah, I mean the Saffron this is one of the best ones actually because you can hardcast it. It's good to put into play while didgeridoo, but it's also good to hardcast.
Yeah, you tap 5, and then if they don't kill it, they're probably going to take a lot of damage and die.
Yeah, and if you ever play other Minotaurs, you get more token. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the only, but it's still. Yeah.
I keep looking at this card.
It's great.
Yeah, J-Bro. I donated a cubicle amount. I didn't post anything or anything about it, but I did donate a cubicle amount to your cause.
Nice.
Meanwhile, we're going off the deep end looking at Minotaurs.
This is a rabbit hole.
No, it's a Minotaur pit.
It's a Minotaur pit, okay. There's didgeridoo. You have 0. I am actually disappointed.
Are you disappointed? I don't really own that many cards, period.
Oh yeah, because of
Yeah.
no. Never mind, I'm not disappointed.
Oh man, this one was so broken in draft.
I thought about playing that actually. Because you can pitch it to force. It's probably not good enough. Yeah, this one is like in draft, obviously.
Oh, this one was the most broken in draft.
This is a more prominent Minotaur as well, yeah.
Yep. This one's missing art. I don't know why.
Sad. But it's probably also not that good.
This one is like, if you're ahead on life, you want to activate as much as possible, but then your opponent can just like kill it off. So it's like kind of weird.
You need like tons of mana to like you can like activate it in response to your opponent killing it, and then like everyone takes a bunch of damage.
So Team J-Bro asks, can we describe the nature of Minotaur and magic and how it speaks to our soul? I think Sed can. Stefan can. I don't really have any attachment. I put it all on you.
Well, when I think about Minotaurs, I hear the didgeridoo sound in my head. That's how it works. And then you just know they're calling for you. Read the flavor text of didgeridoo. It says something of someone that's really important.
Play the song of he who delivered us. Play the song of Pharaohs.
Yeah, there's probably a person who like delivered the Minotaurs.
Wait,
like that's some god they believe in. I don't know. It's the Minotaur lore. Very important.
Oh, but we have a match. This
we
person is always D&T, right?
They play D&T. They played D&T recently, and this hand should be decent. I'd keep it.
Yeah, there's a fail rate, but I have 2 bolts.
Yeah, there's a quiet, like the fail rate is obviously them having, I don't know, Bile into base plow.
Our best draw, I think, is actually Buried Alive.
Obviously, yeah.
But I'm never mowing this hand. Versus D&T.
I think if they play Mother, we might just ignore it if the Delver flips. But I'm not sure. Because we could, like, just... Okay, we have... That makes our play easier.
Alright. Buried Alive. Buried Alive.
I also think that you might want to fetch on Badlands. I'm not going to see.
Buried Alive. Buried Alive. Buried Alive. Buried Alive.
Buried Alive would be insane.
Cantrip into Buried Alive also works.
They would take 15.
All right.
But it's not that bad.
So the question is, do I Arcanist or do I Thoughtseize?
Or do you Dark Ritual Thoughtseize Arcanist?
Actually, that's not unreasonable.
I mean, it kind of discards your hand, but it also like, how do they win if we do that? I don't know. They would just die to a bunch of bolts.
I think I'm actually going to do that. Well,
yeah, I think you do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, our Bird Alives are now bad draws, but who cares? Take Badlands, I think. Because then if they waste you still can cast the bolts. You're just playing like a Storm deck here. Just going for the winning line. Deck. This is like mating your opponent by sacrificing a lot of pieces, basically.
No, it's different because we didn't invest any mana in them.
Okay, that's true. But
There's
we
really
are
not a
investing in
good
Dark Reach.
analogy. I'm just gonna take the plow.
Yeah, we take the plow, and now it's really good, right?
This worked out really, really, really well for us. Dark Grit, Thoughtseize Arcanus is basically Dark Grit, Thoughtseize Adnos? Wow. Then why would I play Adnos instead of Arcanist?
Good question. I guess because...
That's going to be too slow, I think, actually.
I'm not even sure if that matters. I mean, if they get better...
Oh,
well,
weird.
now they could have drawn the better skull.
Can't I just attack and Thoughtseize it?
Yeah, that's
Oh, but I should still bolt it to force through the 1 damage, I think.
Maybe you just bolt the Stoneforge, yeah.
Yeah.
And now you Thoughtseize, I think, right?
I'm doing the math. If I deal them 7, then this bolt
13,
is...
10, and then you 6. Well, they would be exactly dead, but they have a Flicker Wisp, so they are not.
Yeah.
Exactly
So I actually need to Thoughtseize.
Yeah, you need to Thoughtseize because of the Flicker Wisp. I think we just take the Flicker Wisp, right?
Yep.
Bye-bye Flicker Wisp. And now we don't have lethal next turn, but they are very unlikely to come back from this. I know a card that could get them back into the game, but I'm not gonna say which card it is.
Well, it's not that one. Yeah, we don't talk about those cards here.
Oh, we can actually flash. No, we can. That doesn't work. But what I thought about doesn't work. But we can.
I think I just attack and bolt them and say go.
Why not attack and bury the life and say go? That has to be better because then next turn you can.
Well, so
if you draw a spell, you can bolt.
Do I want to show them that plan as well? I guess they probably know.
Well, they know Dark. Well, anyway, what could they draw next turn? I think we attack first anyway and bolt them.
Right.
Like we attack first and bolt anyway, and then we can decide. Like maybe they violin something. Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, the ritual probably does tell them. All right.
I think you're actually supposed to say go
because of the Sophie. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the Sophie. Yeah, exactly. Okay, they don't have anything. It was close to a turn where you cast the bird alive, though, I think. They just died to a Delver draw.
They died to Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize, Arcanist draw.
It was way too good.
So I think Opposition Agent is actually pretty good in this matchup, if I had to guess.
Probably. So I'm not sure about the Doomsday plan here. Actually.
I don't think I want to, because it requires so many turns of passing.
They will definitely not sideboard out the Thalios.
Right.
We want a Braid and we want Null Road for sure. What do we not want? It's really hard to know. Maybe you just go down on interaction. Cause you wanna trade 1-for-1 the whole time, right?
Oh, Boland, you missed us Doomsdaying for an Arclight Phoenix on top of our deck, which killed our opponent.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I think you just sideboard that way.
I think so. And
the Doomsday plan requires too many cards.
It also is just not that good versus them, I think, because it requires a lot of turns of passing, because we don't have a setup that can full-blown do it in 1 turn, right?
I mean, if you have to, depending on your hand, you can do it, but it depends. You need
you need so much, though, right?
You need a lot with this deck, yeah.
The problem with Cavern is I don't think there's a lot of good overlap.
You would not bring in the Cavern.
You can Cavern for human, but that's it.
You have 2 humans and 2 wizards.
So Louis, here's the thing: if they do interact with our graveyard, we can just cast all of these, and cast these and cast these. I think it's fine to not have that plan.
The thing with the Cavern is obviously an extra land would be good, but I don't think there's you could cut a Daze for a Cavern, but is that really what you want to do?
No, I think
the Cavern is just too bad of a land.
Well, one counterpoint is I think maybe forcing their graveyard hate and then forcing a Buried Life through might actually be good.
Maybe you want, but the forces are not very supportive. You have 17 blue. Is that not? That's on the edge, right? Oh, blue counts. How will it work? we will cast our cantrips, and then we don't have any blue cards left. It just supposed. I mean, like it just can't work. I don't know. You
All right, I'm gonna try this, but I don't know. Like it's kind
I
of.
mean, you could split the forces with daisies. That's another like 2 forces on 70 blue cards should be fine.
Okay, I think that's actually better.
Drawing multiple daisies is bad anyway against them on the draw.
Well,
Drawing
it's less about that. We don't have any wastelands to make sure the daisies are still alive against them. Is the other problem?
An opposition agent will not cut off their mana.
No,
as it would in other matchups. Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna bomb the Phoenix.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. We might Thoughtseize Arcanist instead of Delver, but I'm not sure. Oh, there's another Delver.
I think I'm still going to Thoughtseize Arcanist.
I think you Thoughtseize Arcanist, just or you Thoughtseize into double Delver. We don't know. Jite probably doesn't matter. I think the Thalia is probably what hurts us the most. I'm just thinking, like, if they Stoneforge, do we have to abrade the Stoneforge? You could also take the Stoneforge and then play double Delver into the Thalia next turn. But then if they waste us, they can't cast the Jite. So the main question is, how does the turn play out after they play their 2-drop, right? If they will not waste us, right? They will just play a 2-drop,
I think I'm going to take Thalia.
Thalia makes it easier for us to interact with their stuff. Then there's the other line of it just saying, okay, we take the Stoneforge, we tap out for 2 Delvers next turn and ignore what they are doing. But that could go wrong by them wasting us and then whiling in the Flicker Wisp. But they're just wasting, okay.
I expected this to happen as well, actually.
Yeah, but I don't feel like it's correct. Them playing into Daze there is actually better, I think, than wasting. But I mean, obviously they have an Ether Vial, but it depends on if they drew if they drew this port last turn, then I'm scoring. Like I don't know what they drew. So and there's a forest, and I think it's pretty clear what to do. There's a Stoneforge. We really need to draw a land to like abrade their Better Skull or whatever they are doing.
I think Cavern is actually a trap personally, but I don't feel that strongly about it.
I mean, it would be good here, but I don't feel like that's what... Okay, I think... The thing is, like, they are probably battling in Better Skull.
Yeah, but they have Flicker Wisp.
I think we're just dead.
I think we're dead too, but we'll see. We'll play out another turn or two and see.
It was really hard to come back from them having a port as well. Yeah, I mean that's the best thing that could happen. They just don't.
I think if they put in Jite, I'm in worse shape actually, right?
Yeah, maybe they were playing around something. No, they weren't. No, that was just...
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird, but whatever.
No,
I don't think I can actually win, so.
Yeah, I think we're just dead. Probably. Yep. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't
it's
even
too
win
hard.
With the Arclight Phoenix. Yeah, it will just.
Well, that's the problem. They actually had 3 good 2-drops, and we could only take one of them.
The thing is, like, if we took the Thalia, then we could have erased them.
So that's here's what I'm actually going to do.
If we took the Stoneforge.
I'm actually going to cut these for blue cards. I think this is actually a better configuration, especially on the play.
On the play, it makes sense.
I think I'm going to shave 1 Uppo Asian, actually. Is that crazy?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's fine. Yeah. I'm just trying to think if there is a reason. Max blue cards makes more sense. I don't know. I feel like Thoughtseize is pretty good against them, though. But I don't know how. Like, like, obviously, on the play, the days are better.
Yeah, I'm going to just submit this. And
I don't know. Force was pretty bad there, right?
Yeah, but we didn't get to force their Vial, that's why. And
Yeah, I know.
I think forcing their Graveyard Hate actually is going to come up a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I thought about taking the Stoneforge. I wasn't sure what to do there still. I wanted to take the Stoneforge actually, I think, but I'm not sure. This seems so important. This is really good against D&T, but we are also a graveyard combo deck, kind of.
No, I chose to keep this.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a keep. There's so many 1 mana cards that you could draw for the Arcanist.
I think I'm just going to let it go, actually.
Really? I'm not sure. I mean, yeah. The thing is, like, yeah, actually, since we're on the play, it's different because they cannot like screw us and play a threat. Okay, that's fine, and we can just force the removal, kind of.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep. We should probably. I don't know if Badland. No, I would take Volcanics. Yeah. There's too many cantrips.
I don't think we actually have to force this Vial, which looks funny.
No, I think it's correct. I think you have to force this.
Yep.
Because otherwise Arcanist doesn't do anything, Bird Left doesn't do anything and stuff.
Dark Ritual, please.
Ponder can still find Dark Ritual. It didn't, but maybe all of those cards are kind of good, right?
Yeah, I'm just
I like
debating.
the days for the next turn.
Exactly.
I think we definitely want to have the Ponder in the days. So we draw the days, we attack, and we flashback, or like, yeah, it's kind of a flashback. We play Ponder from Grave.
Mm-hmm.
And if we hit the Dark Red in the 3rd card, it would be... Well, it doesn't matter for this turn, right? But that's interesting. I think you want the Ponder for next turn. Like, you need.
I think I'm just going to cast a Ponder this turn.
Yeah. You're just gonna cycle Ponders, so you have more Arcanist cantrips. Is it good enough because you have a Brainstorm? Yeah, maybe the Brainstorm makes it worth keeping.
I'm actually inclined to shuffle because my fear is Thalia.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but you can still bolt and then flashback to Ponder, right? I don't know, maybe they have Mother of Runes and Thalia, though. I don't know if they have Mother of Runes.
Actually, I think the plan is to just go upstairs, so I think I actually am going to keep this. And the question is which two
I'm not entirely sure if it's hard to keep or not.
Yeah. I'm actually going to keep.
I feel like the Brainstorm makes it better because then you can like Brainstorm Ponder, stuff like that. Okay, there's the Mother. Yeah, but we played for the Dark Ritual line, so that's why we didn't have to bolt up for the Mother. And going upstairs is better, right? Yeah. There's probably Thalia. Okay, that's fine. Now we can't daze.
Oh, right.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But we couldn't do anything about that, right? They exactly had Mother. Okay, they're taking this, though. So one thing we can do...
I'm still attacking.
You're still attacking, exactly. Yeah, I think.
We had to bolt pre-combat? What does that do?
No, if you bolt pre-combat...
Then I have no mana and something has pro-red, right?
No, he meant if you bolt the Mother either dies or has to protect itself. And then
no, hold on, that doesn't work. Bolt costs 2.
Then you cannot cast a Ponder. Yeah. No, you were not supposed to. No,
I don't have enough mana to do that.
No,
That
no,
doesn't
you
actually
cannot.
work.
Yeah. No, you can't bolt pre-combat.
Yeah.
No, you cannot. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's Dark Rid, but we don't have the land. But we have Dark Rid. Dark Rid is how we win, right? Like, I think we are kind of supposed to keep the Dark Rid and then next turn just shuffle with Ponder. It sounds kind of weird, but if you don't have the Dark Rid, you're never gonna be able to win, right?
Right.
Because if we just shuffle and then hit a land, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Honestly, they had the nuts right here, like, which
Yeah,
kind of
it's
is
kind of the nuts, yeah.
Well, if they just don't have one of those, like, we're still probably winning, right?
Yeah. And even I thought about playing around the Mother by not going for the Dark Ritual Search, but then it ends up being much worse for us because then you end step bolt the Mother. They still have the Thalia. You can still can daze.
You don't think this is even that nutty for them to have all of this by turn 5 without any selection, or turn 4 without any selection?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think I would disagree, but
I think you Ponder here, trying to hit lands. Pick 6. Is that Spirit? That's Canonist. I think we're dead. I think you still take the bolt. I mean the volcanic, not the bolt. I mean, I don't know. How do we win?
I don't know. The problem is we can't actually remove anything anymore. I guess maybe we could have played around the Mother of Runes that one turn, but...
No, but the thing is, like, they need to have exactly those 3 cards. I would do the same play every time. I would really just play it the same way every time. Well, now we can what? Nothing, right?
Nothing, yeah. It's just... Without the Mother of Runes, I think we can also win. Like, without a single one... The Canonist is whatever. Without those two, I think we would have been winning. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to disagree with you.
The thing is, like...
Remember, that was their 6-card hand. Like,
just replay the deck, replay the game really, really quick in your head. If we choose to do any play different, like if you force the Bile, then the Rest in Peace is gonna resolve, so we're not gonna win. Like we would lose to Rest in Peace, right? We could not win against Rest in Peace this game, right? Is there any way to win against Rest in Peace?
No,
I don't think so. Like
so.
You only have the Delver, the Arcanist doesn't do anything, the Verdalet doesn't do anything. So you're supposed to keep the force. Even if you force the Vial, you would need to draw exactly days. So that's too high variance. So you'll let the Vial resolve. Then the turn where we chose to not leave up the bolt for Mother, we had an out to draw Dark Ritual to instantly win the game. So I think that was fine. Because even if they have the Mother end step, and even if you leave up the bolt, you can then end step obviously kill the Mother, but it still turns out the same way. Because you bolt the Mother, they still put the Talia into play. You still cannot daze. They still play the Apparition. They still exile your Delver, and you're in the same spot again. Just with the difference that if you draw like the second bolt, which we had obviously, you can then kill the Thalia and then set up for next turn. So I don't know. There's obviously this one difference where like if they don't have Mother plus Thalia plus removal, we just win anyway. I don't know. Maybe it actually was correct to leave it, to just not go for the Dark Ritual Search.
I don't know. I think it's close.
It's really close, yeah. But I think that was the only thing that we could have done different, because forcing the Vial is probably incorrect, and not forcing the Rest in Peace is incorrect. And then like there was no like combat play where you like pre-combat bolt and stuff. I mean, you could choose to not attack with the Arcanist, but then no, that doesn't end up well. Because like what happens is you pass, they attack with Mishras and Tutu. You jump. You get more turns, but if they have anything, like if they have Stoneforge, if they have another Gravehaid, if they have an equipment, if they have a Recruiter, if they have a Sanctum Prelate, there's too many cards. If they have a Flipper Wisp as well. If they have anything, any of those cards, then you lose by not attacking. So you have to attack, yeah. There's just no way to win from that spot. but we could have just left up Volk and not just thought about going for the Dark Rid, but that's like the only thing that we could have done different, though. It was really hard to win against that draw.
Yeah, but Louis, my point is they went to 6 cards. They have to put something on the bottom. Like, for everything to line up like that perfectly, you don't consider that a nut draw? Like, I'm confused. I mean, my point is I actually think it is in, like, their top 1% of hands versus us. If you don't consider that a nut draw, then, like, what exactly are you considering a nut draw? Like, I'm just trying to think about rationally.
I think the more nutty draw would have been the same draw, but with Wastelands and Rishon on boards. That's like the only thing.
I don't agree that the apparition's replaceable, because if they don't apparition or remove our thing, like, we could actually kill them with the bolts and Delver.
It was also like, if they didn't have the Mishra's Factory and the apparition, we would have had 2 more turns at least. Or 3 even. Because they hit us for 8 with those 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So if the apparition is a Swords to Plowshares and the Mishra's Factory is a Plains, the gameplay is not much different, right?
I mean, it's kind of irrelevant because
obviously,
think
if the apparition is a recruiter, we don't lose the Delver in that exact turn. Also, so I don't think like the 3-drops are that replaceable. I think like Flicker Wisp is kind of similar, obviously.
Right.
But I mean, it was. I still stand by that this was close to their best draw. Because like their best draw, the best draw looks exactly the same, just with them having Wastelands and Ports in addition. That's like the only difference. Maybe they also have a Sanctum Prelate in their best draw, but that's like a 1.
Louis, I know that they can use Factory to kill the Arcanist, but we have to give them that option.
No, we attacked with the Arcanist knowing that it would die.
Exactly.
Because we needed the lands. Yeah. No, we like the Arcanist is just if you don't attack with the Arcanist there, then you give them. Then you don't do anything. You don't prolong your game because we didn't have any cantrips in our hand. We could only pass and leave a bolt up, right? I think. So they untap. They have so many cards in their deck that basically end the game because they can draw anything that removes the Arcanist, so we wouldn't even get the Ponder. They can draw a Port, we lose. They can draw a Wasteland, we lose. They can draw another apparition. They can draw a Stoneforge. They can draw an equipment. We just lose to literally every card, so we have to sack the Arcanist to find lands. Basically.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I think like the only play that we really could have done different was the 1 turn where we choose to ponder off either Volk or UC. So that was like the 1 turn.
Yeah, but the upside of drawing a Dark Ritual.
The upside was like if you hit the Dark Rid there after you force the Rest in Peace, you probably just win the game.
Yeah, so I think that play is correct.
I think it's probably correct. Yeah. I don't know. It's close.
I think those games are a good reason why, like, the way our deck is constructed, I don't really love Thoughtseize in the matchup because
that game was a reason why we should not bring in Doomsday, because if they have like Thalia plus Wasteland or Thalia plus Aethersworn Canonist or like Spirit of the Lab plus Thalia, then we have problems executing the Doomsday plan before they kill us.
I agree. I think the Doomsday plan works in normal Doomsday because the deck's a lot more stable and has more artifact mana.
Built to play around those scenarios as well. But we don't have like that. That's how this deck works, right? You use 7 sideboard cards to like make your blue matchups much better. I think Doomsday Cyberpunk makes your snow matchup much better.
1, 2, 3.
I think it's 7.
7, 8, 9. I'm counting the flusters. Maybe I shouldn't. So 4.
Oh, yeah, you're counting 5, the flusters. So you're 9. No, it's 9. 9 with the flusters.
Yeah, 9 with the flusters.
There are obviously probably some. I think there are some matches where you don't bring the. Maybe I don't know. Against Snow, you always bring them.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't trying to argue about whether it's the nut draw or not. I'm just saying that I do believe that if there had been 1 less piece, we would have had a lot more turns. So that's why I perceive it to be really good versus us. But it also doesn't matter because, like, in that game, we had to play through that regardless, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you choose to play around End Step Mother, what happens? The thing is, like, I don't know. They need to have Mother plus Thalia.
Yeah.
Like the Stoneforge wouldn't. The immediate Stoneforge wouldn't seal the deal.
No.
We would lose Stoneforge later, but if we are able to cast our spells, the Stoneforge is way less important because we can set up the Buried Alive. And 3 Arclight Phoenixes probably raise the Better Skull that they search if we have the bolts still. So yeah, because Arclight does, because like we take 4 and they take 5.
So maybe the mistake really was not playing around the Mother of Runes, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about it briefly, but I felt like our deck is so powerful. If we hit Darker, we win the game. And like the downside is, like you don't hit it, you still get to like. We could have also just hit another red source in the ponder, right? Then we would have had it up again. Because we had a land drop. We had an open land drop.
Right.
So if you hit red source, you play around the same stuff again. If you hit UC, you can still play through the Talia somehow. There's too many outs to not go for the Dark Red line, I think. Actually. If you try to play around their stuff, you might lose to like Wasteland Ports nonsense. I don't know. It's hard to know, but I don't feel like going much more into detail there, but just thinking about that, did you have 4 cards in your deck that insta-win you the game, and every other land plays around Mother Thalia, kind of makes it worth to like.
Okay, I'm convinced that we were supposed to ponder there because
I think we just played it pretty well.
Well, so I think maybe we should shuffle off that ponder then.
That could have been,
that maybe is what was actually a mistake.
The problem is like. Well, I think it was still correct to take the second ponder, because if you don't and you shuffle, the Arcanist has no fodder left.
Oh,
you
I see.
Have bolts.
Okay.
So you're still supposed to take the second ponder, but we were probably supposed to shuffle off the second ponder. That was probably the mistake.
Got it.
That was probably the mistake that lost us the game, if we could have won it in any way. Because if you shuffle that ponder and you hit the land immediately, then next turn the Thalia doesn't hurt this much, and it probably works a different. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting, but we couldn't have done much there.
So someone's suggesting that we're supposed to side in Doomsday. I don't think we're supposed to Doomsday versus them because we don't have any artifact mana in our deck.
Yeah, the thing with like siding in Doomsday is like, generally Doomsday decks can, as we said before, generally Doomsday decks, they can play their plan against D&T, but they're already built the way that they try to force through the Doomsday plan. And we are built in a way that we can try to switch gears between plans. And obviously, switching gears against D&T isn't that valuable if they just play Thalia and slow down all 3 of your plans. So, going for this Doomsday stuff gets punished way too easy, but because all their cards, like other than like obviously Skycliffe Apparition, which doesn't do anything against Doomsday, but all their mana denial stuff, all their like tempo-based, like all the stuff that interacts with your mana and all the stuff that slows your spells down, which already hurts your deck, like Ethersworn Canonist can also be a problem for the Doomsday plan, because you're not gonna have 3 black always without the Dark Rid. And then like Spirit of the Lab also slows down the Doomsday plan. So like all their cards that are good against the Doomsday plan are already good against what are like Arclight Phoenix and Arcanist plan. So like it doesn't make sense to bring in the plan, like a different plan that loses to the same cards that they will already have in their deck, right?
Agreed. And
that's basically it.
The other problem with the Doomsday plan is the Arclight plan, like, you can sort of get around Rip sometimes by just casting all of your stuff if they've just mulliganed to a hand that relies on interacting with the graveyard.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter how many graveyard hate cards they bring in, you still always keep the Phoenix plan.
Yeah,
because it's really, really easy to like steal a win with it.
Yep.
If you get the 3 Phoenixes into play, most D&T boards don't beat that. They need like Plow and then Equipment, basically. And you also have like a Force, a Thoughtseizes or whatever to prevent that from happening. And you also have Bolts.
And you can also just sneak it under Rest in Peace Boland on turn 2 if like you cantrip into the Ritual or the Bear.
Yeah, like, I feel like the Buried Alive plan is better than Doomsday against them.
Agreed. I always thought that match was pretty good when I played Grixis Phoenix a lot. Like, it was about a year ago.
The main problem with Doomsday is also in this matchup, you lose half your life.
Yeah, that's actually a real problem.
And your deck is not very good at blocking.
Yeah, so I think for all those reasons, it's pretty clear that I'm only siding in Doomsday versus slow decks or decks that I think are really, really, really going to have all of the Phoenixes covered, you know?
Yep.
Can't wait to Doomsday for like 3 lands, Cavern, Thassa's Oracle, and some 1 interaction spell, just to play around a bunch of wastelands.
That would be funny. What are the weirdest Doomsday paths I made?
I don't know, probably fetch for an Underground Sea.
That's a classic, that's not a weird one. No, there's like, do you know about the Time Sparrow Doomsday path?
Time Spiral?
Yeah, Time Sparrow Doomsday path. Not the set Time Sparrow, the card Time Sparrow.
Doesn't that just deck you?
No, it doesn't, because you have cards in hand. The plan is to create enough Storm to Doomsday into Time Sparrow, into then, through the Time Sparrow, play the Doomsday again, into then draw into the pile again to have 10 roads. That used to be a line with one of the Doomsday decks, actually.
That's so funny. I don't remember this, but it sounds believable.
There's like there was a 4-color Doomsday deck playing Burning Wish and Orange Chant, and one of the wish targets was Time Sparrow because of this exact line. Because this line came up actually. But the problem with Doomsday, the problem with Doomsday always was that the mana base kind of sucked. That it was a little bit slower usually than like the other Storm decks. And like even though you had Tax and Probe and top, Sentinel's Divine top, even though those cards made the deck really powerful, there was so much Delver still back in the days, as it is now. In addition to that, they had Stifle. So like it was kind of hard to develop your mana without like getting punished by Wasteland and Stifle. So that's what always kept Doomsday kind of in check. But I felt like this deck was always like viable in a sense.
Right.
Problem is just like people didn't want to devote the time to learn it. And there's always like it doesn't make sense to like devote a lot of time to a deck that's really hard and that just then loses to the best deck in the format, or like the most played deck in the format, not the best deck.
I remember back then I felt like Ant with top was better, generally speaking, for a lot of reasons. Probe Therapy and then sideboarding top Decay in that deck was so good. Like virtually everything
was usually the better deck. there were so many iterations of Ad Nauseam decks and like TES decks and Pest and Flames decks that were just faster than Doomsday. That usually it wasn't worth to play Doomsday. But there were like spots in meta games where I like Doomsday over, like when there was a lot of Maverick and Blade, or like a lot of control decks, like before Maverick even like standstill stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I usually like to like Doomsday more than like Ad Nauseam Tendrils sometimes, because sometimes people play like, oh yeah, there was also the one thing that Doomsday was always really good against, but where Ad Nauseam Tendrils failed was Gadoctic. Gadoctic used to be a staple card, kind of like people played it in Zoo at some point, and then people played it in Maverick.
I remember.
So it has always been in the format, and like in the normal Storm decks, you don't need to go for like a Burning Wish line game 1, or they just lose to Gadoctic. Like Ad Nauseam Tendrils usually loses to Gadoctic game 1. So Doomsday was really good at playing around that card, because your opponent was like zenithing for Gadoctic, and you're like, okay, you just tapped out for nothing because I can just Doomsday and put a removal spell like a Death Mark or something into my pile to kill the Gadoctic and then kill you, which was kind of funny. But yeah, obviously.
No, I think Thassa's Oracle made it so much better. It's
Thassa's Oracle makes the piles almost too good. You have too much space almost. It used to be really hard to like build the piles to like exactly have enough mana and Storm and stuff, you know. And nowadays it's like, okay, I put Oracle and Cavern into my pile, and then either I go for Ideas Unbound, so I can just draw all of those and play them the same turn, or I go for like some protection, interaction, extra mana, or I go for like another Doomsday. That actually happens still nowadays. Sometimes you put a second Doomsday to your pile to just replay the whole pile if something goes really wrong. That's one thing.
I don't know. I can't figure that stuff out. It's too 5-head for me. Just give me my Arcanus and Delvers, and that's good enough.
Obviously, the deck we're playing today doesn't have that many options for a Doomsday pile.
Right.
That deck just abuses the power of Thassa's Oracle. Postboard.
It's a nice sideboard switch, I think. It does eat up a lot of your sideboard, but I think it changes you so much that it's hard to play against, I think.
It makes your Dark Rituals much better, is what the main... Like, if you look at the old Arclight Phoenix lists, they didn't have too much payoff for... If you, like, draw multiple Dark Rituals, it usually sucked a lot. We still had too many Dark Rituals today, kind of, but we could use them a little bit better. We used them a little bit better, because you can draw Opposition Agent. We actually never drew Opposition Agent, right?
I don't know how good the card is, though. My suspicion is not that good, but playable.
No, but like, sometimes you would just turn one Dark Red Opposition Agent, probably, just to have like a sort of a Delver.
You mean sort of Stifle plus Delver?
Yeah, I mean, if your opponent passes with a fetch land up, I think you're actually still supposed to Dark Red Oppo Agent, even if they can fetch. Like, it doesn't.
Well, then shouldn't you just main phase it?
Maybe you should have main phased it. Yeah.
Then what's failing the smell test for me is why wouldn't you just main phase it in that scenario?
Yeah, I'm just saying you can main phase it.
Oh, sure.
I'm not talking about how to play it. I'm just saying.
Oh, sure.
You can put an opposition agent turn 1 into play, and even if you don't get a land from them, they are probably gonna draw 1 or 2 fetch lands over the course of the game. So it's in a sense kind of a hate beer that you can play turn 1 that has the same clock as Delver.
Yep.
Kind of. It's obviously not insane, but it's a way to make use of Dark Rids, basically.
All right, I'm going to use a bathroom real quick because I feel like the last match is going to end soon. They've been on that match for...
Who is MZ Blazer?
It's a small child from my area, actually, and I believe his real name is Milan.
Okay.
He's like a small Indian kid who's in high school. Actually, he goes to my old high school, which is because Blazer is the high school mascot.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, I'll be right back in a minute or two.
Sure. People used to Doomsday into lots of things. Yeah, they used to. There was some other stuff that I could talk about, but most Doomsday piles were just some 5-head shit with trying to have exact mana for Genros at the end.
And enough Storm, obviously.
And enough Storm. That's what made it much harder, because you had to count mana Storm, and you had to think about the way you draw, like the order you draw your cards in. That's what made it actually really hard. Nowadays, you just have it. That's just Oracle. Makes 2 of those things really easy. Huh.
It's not a beer.
There was also there also was the Sheldog Isle Emrakul plan, which was similar to Thassa's Oracle, because you just put Sheldog Isle Emrakul into your pile and played it. Which was kind of...
I remember Ari played an SCG Open with Ant, and the plan versus Miracles was just to turn 1 Doomsday into Sheldog plus Emrakul. because he said, yeah, going long versus them sucked because this was pre-Abrupt Decay. So you just had to go fast, essentially.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, someone mistook your coffee, I think, for a beer again?
Well, it
Iced
made
coffee?
a similar sound to opening a beer, so I understand it,
Yeah.
but
It already happened last time, I think.
it did. I actually remembered that. And if you want to support my coffee drinking, you can hit that follow button, hit that sub button. You can also follow Stefan, although I don't think he tweets that much.
Well,
Right.
I don't usually tweet that much unless something happened that forces me to tweet, basically. I'm very reactive on that part.
And if you have a Twitch Prime
next
sub, you should use it on someone. If it's not me, then fine. But use it on someone, please. Alright. Do I want to play against Bomberman person? Kanikin? Probably not.
I mean, if they don't draw Chalice,
Yeah, but if
I
they
think
do
it's a
draw
good
Chalice...
it's a good matchup if they don't have Chalice.
Our deck is
That's
much
always
softer than
good.
Chalice than I think normal Rogue is, which is kind of
Yeah,
a downside, I think.
That's obviously a downside.
Yeah.
But I think our deck is better against Snow. Probably.
Yeah, our deck is a lot better versus Snow, so...
Just Buried Alive Phoenix is insane. And Doomsday is also insane.
I'm kind of sad that we don't have any Cabal therapies in our deck, but...
Cabal Therapy is one of my favorite cards, but it just got so much worse over the years.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
They should reprint it in Modern. Well, actually, they should not, because then they would play the noob saw spells, so let's not do that.
Does that make the deck better? It probably does, right?
They would play it, I'm pretty sure. Maybe actually it's not that important for Oops.
Actually, does that just make Dredge a lot better?
Yeah, it just makes Dredge kind of OP.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to do that. I changed my mind.
No, you're not. No, you're not allowed to do that. Like, that's also why Dread Return is on the banned list since ever.
Yep. I think it should remain there. Because, like, here are two outcomes if you unban Dread Return. Either it's terrible because it doesn't do anything, or it's completely busted. I think there's the only two outcomes.
No. I have already thought about Cabal. Like, they already like printed like what's it called? Cabal Therapist.
Yeah, it was kind of close to being good, but it was not good.
It's not good enough.
Hey, Bowen, remember when they unbanned Grave Troll? It lasted 6 months, and they've rebanned Grave Troll?
Yeah, I remember that as well. We play against this person. Supposed to keep this hand, I think. Obviously, softer Wasteland, but that's fine.
I see.
Oh, we play against that again.
Alright.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I think you just have to
say go,
risk,
right? What?
Oh, maybe you can. No, I think you can say go because of Bolt, actually.
Yeah.
Because if they play something... Yeah, you actually say go.
If you play Thalia, obviously.
For some reason, I thought you could... No, you have to hit the second land. If you hit the second land, you can then Dark Red, Thoughtsy's Arcanist, or something. I think you insta Brainstorm, right?
I think so too. There's obviously a risk. There's a fail rate, but I think I'm supposed to accept it.
They're not normal DMT, right? I think they're actually...
Wait, Flutterstrand means Espervile, right?
So maybe we should... Does that change anything? Do you still Brainstorm and stuff?
Oh, I think I was not supposed to crack the fetch, but that's okay. It's too late now.
Yeah. So are we supposed to wait for our turn to Brainstorm? Or
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I wish I hadn't fetched, but...
Yeah, I didn't...
it's a mistake, but now it's irreparable.
It's fine. Yeah, I think now you're supposed to Brainstorm to hit a land, with max odds. We hit the land, and it's pretty clear what to put back, I think.
I'm just going to fetch Badlands and Thoughtseize.
Yes, that's exactly what I would have done. And then next turn we can start like developing Arcanists. Some of them at least. Ooh, so many plows. I think I would not take a plow yet because I want to kind of.
I think I'm gonna take Recruiter of the Guard.
Yeah, you just take Recruiter of the Guard here. And then next turn, it would be insane if we draw a red source. Because then we can Dark Rid, Thoughtseize, double Arcanist. That would be so good. And they only have one plow left.
They drew Marsh Flats as well.
Why? They played the wrong land, right?
Yep.
Okay, there's... that's not what we wanted.
I think I ponder looking for Buried Alive, personally.
Yes. Ponder looking for Buried Alive. Has to be correct. Because
I'm gonna
those
shuffle.
are all already... Yeah, just... Get that out of my sight. Thoughtseize again.
I think they should just Violin the Strix regardless.
They should, yeah. Well, actually, I'm not sure if they should. Oh,
God, why don't we have a Cabal Therapy?
That's bad. I mean, it's not that bad actually, but
it's not good for us.
It will take a while. It will take. Yeah, it's not good for us. But
I don't think I'm supposed to side into Doomsday versus this person.
the thing is, like, if we took the plow, no, it wouldn't have changed anything. No. I think we played correctly so far. Kind of. Like the fetch and step, obviously, but it didn't change much. Okay.
We lose.
No,
I'm exaggerating, obviously, but this is bad.
It's lost.
I think I'm actually going to kill the Soul Herder.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
It's gonna get out of hand otherwise. If they ever draw another card that it pairs with.
Alright, Buried Alive.
Well, it's fine. You can force one plow later now. Yeah, just kill this stupid thing.
Yep.
Next turn we play Arcanist, they will plow it, which is fine. Then we play another Arcanist, and we force the third plow. Then hopefully we get somewhere. I don't know where though.
It's gonna be hard. Buried Alive.
Yeah, just play an Arcanist. Hello, Legacy Council.
Oh, hello.
What's that? Nothing. Wow, they learned the trick.
Yeah, I call that the Right Soul.
The right soul.
Yeah. Right Soul was so good at doing all the small things correctly and also doing the big things correctly. I guess that just means he was good at doing things correctly, right?
He was just good at doing things correctly, yeah. What about... that's interesting. Actually, what about just... There's too many lines. Damn it.
So what I actually think I'm gonna do is keep the Delver on top and play the Arcanist and say go.
Yeah. And we draw the Ponder, or the... Oh, you
No,
you
I'm just gonna draw the Delver.
Okay.
And I am going to
I can't
force...
get behind that. Yeah, you're definitely gonna force the plow. Pitching Daze, because Daze won't do anything anymore in this game, I think. Or it's like at least very unlikely, right?
Yep.
So unlikely to do anything. Okay, now we got rid of 3 plows, a Recruiter, and a Soul Herder. And our deck is not supposed to play in those games. to get rid of everything and grind them out. That's not how we play.
The Cabal Therapy would have been so insane this game. It's kind of funny.
It would have been so good. Okay.
They're probably forced to name Lightning Bolt unless if they have another removal spell, right?
They are also forced to not attack with this Strix then. Okay, what's that?
Oh my god.
Kind of annoying.
Alright, well we can ponder into a Buried Alive still.
Buried Alive, yeah. That's shuffle. Opposition agent. Well, we should have drawn that earlier. Let's just play the Delver and pass, I think.
Yep. If they fetch, I think I'm supposed to ritual out the agent, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually just losing on board, which is kind of bad.
I think we are going to end step Dark Ritual the opposition in.
Should I just do that and block?
Yeah, I think actually.
Yeah.
Actually, what else does the opposition agent do? This way we get another 2/2. This is so strange, though. Interesting that they choose to attack with the Strix, so maybe they have like something to flicker it.
I feel like this matchup sucks. It feels not very good.
I don't believe so. Actually, I think, well, the meddling mages make it hard, right? Yeah, maybe you're right. Great. Do they have any flyer on 3? Do they play Flicker Wisp? No, right?
They play one Flicker Wisp, I think.
They play one. Yeah, you just. I think your Delver is supposed to.
They also F6'd, which you're not supposed to do.
I don't think your illusion had to attack there. I was just attacking with Delver.
No, I think I like it because I think if they both flip, the damage is going to matter because they're increments of 3.
Yeah, but don't we die, maybe?
No, because they also F6'd. I was looking at their timing pattern, which means they don't have a creature.
That makes sense. You're checking if they F6'd.
Which is why you're not supposed to do that. Like, the information is just so valuable there. Okay, so they just drew a creature.
What's that?
That
Baron?
sucks. Yeah, that's really
Baron
bad.
draws tons of cards, right?
Yep.
Or like some, yeah.
Well, I let Stefan pick Armath, so that's what happened here. Okay, I mean, I guess this gives away all the information, but whatever.
There's Buried Alive at least. We're kind of far off from like triggering the Phoenixes, but
I think now I'm supposed to just slow the game down and try to trade everything off.
Yep.
Because if I get to trade everything off, then like cantrip, like Thoughtseize or Bolt or something. Oh, I guess I can't Bolt. So if I cantrip Dark Rit, it would be actually pretty good for me, right?
Yes. Cantrip, anything. Cantrip, Thoughtseize would be enough as well.
I'm gonna see if this. Do you remember Vesper Vile plays Rest in Peace postboard? I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember. They usually don't, I think.
I don't think they did, but
maybe one. Maybe like one. They can sometimes have it. Glasspool Mimic.
Yeah, they play one Mimic.
That's cool.
I think it's smart because like their deck needs so like. Oh, damn! I was so what?
Huh?
I don't understand this. Do they have like Zealous Persecution? Okay, they changed their mind. I think I have to do this though.
Yeah, you do that. You would have snap blocked the Meddling Mage, right?
I would have, yeah.
If you draw a Bolt, it's so good. Oh my god.
I think I thinned my deck of creatures.
But wait, no. I think you keep it because if you cantrip into Dark Rit, you have 3 spells.
Oh, sure.
No, that has to be fine.
Yep, that's correct. Alright, let me go find Esper Violist. Esper Vile.
Yeah. I think we have to take it, right?
Yeah, this one I have to take because if you block that, that's allowed to attack and that's worse for you.
That has to be like one of the worst cards.
This is why like this card was bad in the old version, but this is a different deck obviously, but
yeah, but it's also not that great here. But this deck can support it at least. Oh, Hull Breacher. Okay, we are dead, I think. A land would have been decent. We could have had that other blocker. Honestly, like, if they didn't have exactly 3 plows, or like if they didn't have more than 2 plows, it would have been a lot different. They had enough plows to be able to plow all our Phoenixes at the start, which is funny. Okay,
I don't think I want
definitely
this plan. I think this plan is
No,
like...
that's really bad against them. I think. That's even worse than against Aberrate. I'm not sure about Narod.
It only hits their Aether Vial, so I'm probably not gonna do
Maybe
it.
they have like Spellbomb, Nine Spellbomb or something.
They don't. They have like Remorseful Cleric instead.
Okay, so it's only Aberrate. Then we just... What do we take out even?
I think Thoughtseize is kind of awful, actually, personally, but...
I don't quite agree with that, but it's hard to find anything else. What about Force of Will? I don't know. Do you really think Force of Will is better than Thoughtseize on the play?
Okay, probably not.
Just leave in 2 Force of Wills, I think. Just cut 2, that's fine.
The rest of these cards are bad in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, you can... No, I think the Null Rods are worse. I think just shaving 2 forces makes sense.
Okay. I'm fine with that. And we were so close to doing the thing again, except it didn't happen, right?
Yeah, we were really close to do that.
Maybe that's the name of the deck. We're really close to doing the thing, but don't get to do it.
This deck wants to do 2 things, or 3. A lot of things. Okay. Yeah, I think you're supposed to give in just Thoughtseize then.
Also, if I had known that they were Esper Vial, I would have played my opening hand way differently. Which, I guess that happens.
Yeah, we would have played a little bit different. How many Wastelands does Esper Vial play?
Like 2 and 1 in the sideboard, so I'm not going to worry about it.
What's that?
Court of Grace and...
I
think I'm just going to take the Vial.
Yeah, just take the Vial. This deck is so strong with Vial. Just take them, take their oil, take their juice.
Take their juicer, as Hikaru would say. I think I should brainstorm because if I hit
to get rid of the Phoenix because
but also if I hit Writ Buried Alive, it's like
that makes sense, but also because we have to fetch. I think you just get rid of well, I don't know if we need the 3rd land even.
I think we do in case we do get wastelanded.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I can see that.
I'm gonna get Volk, by the way.
Yeah, actually the 3rd land is pretty good because there are lines where you can't rip and find the dark. Okay, there's Buried Alive.
Yeah, I think I just keep that and probably want to draw the land instead of the Phoenix as well.
Yes.
I'm just gonna cast the Buried Alive next turn, I think.
Yep. That also shuffles.
Yep.
And then you can like ponder Brainstorm Bolts.
I don't understand. Yeah, I think the do they have they have Strix this turn, right?
They just Strix here, yeah.
Okay. So we're probably safe.
The court, and it doesn't make much sense. Yeah, I don't know which land. Just Buried Alive. Probably UC, but probably doesn't make a difference. So, what are they gonna do now?
I don't think this card is good versus us.
This should not be brought in against us. This is literally a way to win the game for us. Tap 4 mana, your opponent might win the game. That's good. You were playing around Wasteland. Now we have a 3rd land, 4th land even. Okay, let's go. Let's.
That's actually decent, I think.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
I think I start off by bolting the Strix actually.
Wow, why not cantripping first?
I can do this first.
Yeah, I would just ponder our Brainstorm first. I would have pondered first because now this can happen. Yeah, put away. I don't know.
I think Delver and Arcana should go.
I think you want to have access to 1 Arcanist. Yeah, put those 2 away, and then like ponder and then. Yeah, you shuffle, I think. They just bolt them.
Kuma, I'll open a chest for you.
Call. Whatever. Still enough clock. And if they tap out for...
Do I daze this? Probably.
I believe so, because if they get an apparition,
Yeah.
then they might have a 4th land next
Yeah,
turn.
yeah, that makes sense. Daze was so good in these shells, because sometimes it's also the 3rd spell you need, right?
Yeah, Daze is really good in this deck.
Love Daze. Sixia. Alright, are you dead? Are you gonna die with a Court of Grace in your hand? Okay. Well.
They're probably dead.
If they draw a plow, they're not technically dead.
They would need to have exactly plow.
Alright, game 3. We're on the draw. I kind of feel like our deck should have Blast instead of Fluster, but I guess only this is the matchup where that matters a lot more,
Maybe
right?
on the draw, you cut 2 Thoughtseize for 2 Force of Woods, actually.
Actually, I like that.
Maybe
I mean,
we
we're not trying to force that hard, but actually, maybe we should just have one Null Rod in over one of the Fouls.
Maybe that makes sense, yeah. I can see that, actually. I don't know if they have anything like spell bombs and stuff.
They don't think generally.
But if you can get rid of like Vile on turn 2, that's usually still... They don't have Thalia, so Null Rod is easier to cast on turn 2 as well. Yep. Well, that makes actually... Does it make more sense to cut the Thoughtseize then for the 4th Force? Probably.
Yeah,
yes.
Actually.
Yeah, let's do that.
Kind of think they're like Thoughtseize is like pretty bad versus them on the draw as well.
Yes.
Because the only card we really care about Thoughtseizing is like either Graveyard Hate or an Aether Vial, really.
Yep. That's
Alright.
a weird hand.
Should I keep?
How many blue sources? We have 14 other lands, all of them. Do we have Swamp and Mountain? No, we have only Swamp. So like we have 13
5,
hits.
6, 7, 8.
You could count the Swamp as a hit too, because you can hardcast Arcanist, but that's not really.
I think I'm just gonna mulligan actually.
Yeah.
It's so close. This has to be a keep.
How do we bottom there?
I think I actually bottom Daze, but it's kind of close. Actually, I'm just gonna bottom this. I think.
I'm not sure. Is it Daze or is it?
No,
Force,
it's actually
Delver?
It's Delver. It's Delver. I changed my
You're
mind.
sure? Okay, let's do that.
I think that makes sense because we need that. We need something to pitch to force.
We're basically just playing a combo deck here because, like, the Delver would just, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I think there's it again.
I don't think I even want to play it.
Yeah, no. I think you either pass or you ponder. Do you pass and just, like, they could have Wasteland, obviously. That would suck.
I think I'm just gonna pass.
If they don't have the Wasteland, they just lose because ponder is, like, very likely to the black source. Well, this sucks. That's fine. Well, I think
now I have to ponder because I already have another spell.
I think actually now you're not. I think we were supposed to ponder the first time. I think you're not supposed to ponder this time. Because the difference now is, if you ponder, you're not likely to have... You would need to hit cantrip and land, right?
Yeah.
But now they cannot wasteland you, so you can do the same play again that we did before, right? You could actually play the Delver.
Okay. Oh, let me explain why we didn't ponder. Because if you ponder into a black source on turn 2 and they have nothing,
there's good reasoning for it. Oh, man.
I have to do this.
This sucks. I don't want to do this, but you have to.
No, I think it made a lot of sense, actually.
But they're attacking. Yeah. They're crazy. They're so crazy. Why do they attack? Now I feel like I don't want to play... I kind of regret playing the Delver now. Because we cannot pitch it anymore if they have, like, anything really, really, really strong. I don't know what they could have, though.
I think I should just ponder now.
Why? It decreases your odds of going off.
Okay. So next turn I should ponder though. I think if they don't play something I have to force, I'm not going to cast the force.
Yeah, if they play Apparition, we're gonna let it resolve. If they play the Court, we're gonna let it resolve. Why? I mean, we can still. What about just going under this? Let's just let this resolve.
All right. Yeah, I agree. Actually,
fuck it. Yeah, the turn one not pondering might have been correct, but I'm not sure still. It was close. So now we're supposed to hit the black source here. Yeah, give me. Just do it. I would also get Badlands.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And then getting with all 4 guys. That's probably a brainstorm, right? Yep.
Love it. I'm just attacking with everything, obviously.
Yeah. I think they're blocking the wrong creature.
You should block Delver of Secrets, obviously.
Probably.
They're all identical.
Is there a reason? Yeah, I think that's the wrong creature.
Yeah.
Okay, they're taking... Now they should take an Arclight Phoenix.
It's funny because they can remove 2 of our creatures, but we'll at least get a creature back. So...
I mean, we have lethal. If we draw a blue card, we are even safe from like forcing.
No, because they flicker this and get our last Phoenix, right?
But we get the token, right?
It's a 1/1, right?
Oh, it's only a 1/1. It's not a 4/4. Wait, why? Oh, they had a plow. I didn't register the plow because I thought we had a Phoenix in place though. But this doesn't matter actually. We just brainstorm if we. I mean, it could matter. It could matter. I think you're supposed to.
They played it right. Okay. Should I just
supposed to brainstorm?
Brainstorm?
Why did they play it right? If they traded the Devil, there would be a forcing to. Oh yeah, because of the upper. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, there.
Hold on, I think this is pretty good. This goes back.
It's super lethal. You bolt them twice, they die.
Oh,
if
sweet.
not, the Arclight Phoenix will finish it. I would fetch first so they kind of like surgical extract the bolt in response to the fetch or something. But that would be unlikely. You're right, Bowlander, because I didn't think of that exact sequence. If they just wanted to block one and then didn't play that makes sense. The 4/4
never
wouldn't
mind.
matter.
Never mind. Obviously, they're right.
Makes a lot of sense.
Their deck doesn't play days, right?
Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, it's fine. Just cast it. Mindbreak Trap, punish. Yeah, they should be dead.
Man, this deck is sweet at least.
So I think what happened there is the turn 1 ponder, not casting it obviously is kind of good because if you had the black stars, we just go off really hard. They can't do anything about it unless they have to force themselves. But
it looks scary, I agree it looks scary, but I think it's correct, right?
I'm not sure. Because the second time we had ponder, it was obviously correct to wait again. The first time there was some what was the thing is like
well, when it finishes, we can go back and rewatch that. I think we actually should rewatch that one.
Yeah.
I think like I want to rewatch the D&T one as well because well, maybe not. I don't know.
I feel like the D&T one game 3 was kind of unfortunate, but I also feel like maybe we should have shuffled the ponder.
Yeah. I think not shuffling that ponder was what cost us.
Yeah, basically.
All right, Kuma, that was your chest. Do we have any other subs today? No subs? Any subs? I'll open more chests. Man, what are my play points? What are my qualifier points?
Do they still matter, the qualifier points? Or are they...
No, we're in a new season. This one lasts until April.
Why do you have so many then?
Because I 4-0 to prelim, 3-1 to prelim, 2-2 to limited prelim.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right, this is for you, Min. Whoa! What is this card?
Other rogues. Well, this was supposed to help the stand. Is this card standardly or no? Right?
No. It. Wait. Actually, maybe.
It doesn't look like it, or maybe it is.
Is this in a Planeswalker deck?
Maybe it is legal then.
Zendikar Rising Commander. No, then it's not.
No, it's not legal. It's not legal.
Oh, weird.
What's that? Leering Emblem? I don't know.
Oh, this card was not good in draft.
That's like a really build around card.
All right, so I'm satisfied with the 3-1. Obviously, like we could have played better versus Taxes. That one Ponder shuffle.
Yeah,
and like also the matchup seems kind of tough. Like if we don't nut draw them, then I think it's hard, right?
Yeah, I think it's hard to beat because the way D&T beats usual Delver decks is by just like slowing their clock down, like removing 1 or 2 threats and then just overpowering them, which they can do here as well, unless we have the Buried Alive Phoenix. But Buried Alive Phoenix is really bad against Thalia.
Yeah, that's the problem.
X. So like the way we can go under them is really bad against a card that's usually only okay against Delver. I guess Thalia is still pretty good against that, but it's like worse against the Rock than it's against us, right?
Yeah, so I'm actually satisfied. I think the opposition agent is still the big question mark in my mind.
Yeah,
but...
I don't know. Like this was what the person thought. Like the person who built this deck thought that the opposition agents make your dark rituals better, basically.
Yep, that makes sense, but it never came up for us. But that was also just only 4 matches, or 3 matches actually, right?
With the rituals, opposition agent wants to block, right?
I do not. If you're blocking with this card, it's bad. Did we block with it that game, or was that the previous game?
No, we blocked. No, it was the game 2 that we lost, or it was the game 1 that we lost. It was game 2 or game 1 that we lost.
Yeah, it was. Okay. So I'm thinking about it. I really wish we could go back and watch that. Which game do I want to watch? I don't think you can watch it while the event's still going on, which is the problem.
That's the problem, yeah.
It's going to tell me the game's still going on. Yep.
I just feel like that the Ponder, like obviously, I don't know if it's worth playing around the Wasteland there. That's the only reason to not cast it. To cast the Ponder, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it because A, they mulligan, B, their deck only plays 3 Wastelands.
Or 2 or 3.
3 post board probably because they're siding it in versus us, right?
Yeah, but I just don't remember how exactly our hand looked like. That's
right.
Basically it. Because if we had a bolt in our hand, I think it was correct to cast the Ponder. Because if you hit the land, then you can just do the same next turn with a bolt. But I don't know if we have the bolt. Did we have a bolt?
I really want to go. I'm waiting for this event to end so I can go back and rewatch it. Which might take a few minutes.
Gerardo 94 again. The last match.
They're playing Snow.
Okay, it makes sense. I'm not blaming them anymore.
Wait, what happened to... Oh, Ozzy finished 2-2. I see. Kanikan finished 2-2. Joker finished 3-1. They're usually Snow. What do you think? Do you know what Kosaka plays, usually?
No. I know, I heard of, I remember the name, basically, but I don't know what exactly they play.
Mono and green Cloud Post. I see.
Player.
That has to be... That's probably a pretty good deck versus... Wait, it's not even mono green... I've been lied to. There's no green in this deck.
No, they say the goldfish says green, but it's...
Yeah, there's 0... Eldrazi. No, it's just Eldrazi Post, right?
Yeah, it's just Eldrazi Post. Sad.
Well, it makes sense.
One person. What's their name? Something with game.
You mean the green post player?
Yes.
It's into play.
Into play, not game. Yeah, sorry. That person, they top 8'd a lot of the recent challenges. They just went really, really, really well. If you go to their profile, you see like.
Whoa! They snuck in one Mono Boon Karn Echoes.
I don't know why though, but you see like they're just crushing, and I don't know if it if it has to do with the deck being secretly good in the meta, which I don't think it's good, or just with their list being better than the most. Like if you look at their list, I think it's different than most Mono Green Clubbers lists. It has a lot of 4-offs.
Bolin says that the Eldrazi post deck is green in spirit. That's kind of true. Yeah.
Yeah, it plays like Tron, Mono Green Tron with Eldrazi's.
This is Eldrazi Tron.
This is basically Eldrazi Tron, yeah. This is
the AKA my least favorite deck.
AKA the most miserable deck in Magic. No, I mean,
no, that's not even true.
I've played Eldrazi Tron in leagues, in Modern. It's okay. It's fine. Depending on the metagame, I like it or not. It's kind of like a mid-range ramp Stompy deck, usually. Mid-range range. I don't know if that made sense.
It does make sense.
Why are they playing?
I also just don't think it's particularly good anymore. Because I don't think it even beats blue decks, which is the real problem.
Look at their list. Why do they have 3 Chalice?
I don't understand. There's a lot of things I don't understand about this deck.
They have 3 Chalice, 1 Trinisphere.
Why do they have 3 Eldrazi Temple?
I don't get anything. What?
You know what makes me sad? You can't use Eldrazi Temple to cast Ugin the Spirit Dragon.
That's sad, that's true. Because you can't even use Eye of Ugin to cast Ugin. What's that for? Like that's literally a scam. I mean, why is it called Eye of Ugin when you cannot cast Ugin?
I agree. Also, I find it weird that you can Eye of Ugin for Spellskite, and I have done this in a PTQ I've won.
Ooh, that's nice.
But that was when it was legal in Modern, obviously. I don't think you want to put Eye of Ugin into any well,
that reminds me of me playing Painter against Eye of Ugin, because if you have Painter in play, Eye of Ugin can search creatures.
Yeah, Painter also messes with this card.
Yes, that people played Painter in the Eldrazi Winter. Like some people played Painter in the sideboard in Modern.
Well, someone has a good point. Ugin was sealed during that story time period.
From a flavor perspective, Eye of Ugin should not be able to pay for Ugin. I was just joking about being called Eye of Ugin and you can't cast Ugin. I know that like from the lore or something, it probably makes sense that it cannot cast Ugin.
I like this card. I think this card is sweet.
This card is kind of strong. It's like Mirari's Wake for Eldrazi is kind of.
I think it goes infinite with Basalt Monolith, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay, that's what it was. I've not built that deck. I haven't seen that deck work. It does not work with Grim Monolith.
No, you can untap a Grim Monolith an infinity number of times, but
that doesn't do anything, right?
It only does anything if you have Mesmeric Orb or anything, but then you can just Mesmeric Orb Basalt Monolith already, so that doesn't do anything.
So is there a way to make this work? No.
I could build something like that. I could build 4 Basalt.
Why the hell is there a Meteor Golem?
Because it's probably the only card that you can Karn for that is an out. Like it's like, wait, they could also. It's probably better than Spine of Ishsa. That's probably their point.
Oh sure.
But I don't know why you would play Spine of Ishsa. Maybe it's against Omni, so you can like Karn for this. So if they Omni, you put in Meteor, but then you would get Trinisphere instead, right? Well, if you already have Trinisphere, you can Karn for Meteor Golem to kind of have them locked up. Then Omni cannot win. I think that's actually what's happening there.
Got it. So Moist Junk says, doesn't Manifold Key work with Grim Monolith? Well, it doesn't go infinite.
I mean, is the point. It works once. the plan is to Forsaken Monument. If you have 2 Forsaken Monuments, then yeah.
Well, it's legendary, so it's really difficult.
No, it's legendary. I didn't know that.
I mean, that's the real problem with the card.
That's a tragedy. That's why they only play 1. Now I get it. Because this card is kind of good if you play it off Cloud Post turn 3 or something. Maybe it's a little bit too clunky.
The life gain, I think, is actually super relevant.
That's what makes it really good against Delver.
I've won so many games versus deck by like leaving them with only Ancient Tombs and just bolting them out. You know?
Yes, exactly. That happens a lot.
Because their deck is not like particularly fast, so you can rack up a lot of damage on them, especially if you leave them with only Ancient Tombs. But I think if they had this in play, I'd probably be dead on average, unless if I Oko'd it. Which is the other knock against this card.
Yeah.
Particularly bad versus Oko, you know?
Which legacy deck could play Basalt Monoliths and Forsaken Monuments? Is there any way to build
The
this?
Mystic Forge deck, if
Oh
you
yeah,
remember
you
that.
can build the Mystic Forge deck with Basalt Monoliths. Maybe that's something.
But I don't think that's better than the current version of the Mystic Forge deck, which also hasn't existed for a while because it also is cold to Oko.
And it's cold to Narod. It's so cold to Narod. You just scoop.
Damn it. What was that person's name? Someone played Mystic Forge versus me like a month ago? Like the full on Mystic Forge deck. I don't mean just like
Yeah, like the all in there.
Paradox Engine, you know, BS. Where is it?
Sure. I mean, you can change format. They like you can filter format there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
No. I mean, you could do it at the page or at the other page.
That's what I'm doing now. I think Mystic Forge is a pretty sweet card, and they printed a new one if you saw that. Oh, the last 3 months. Search. I think their search is actually broken.
No, go back. Go back 2 pages. You just back.
See, their search is broken.
No, I meant another search, a different way to search. Go back. And go back. And go back again. And now scroll down. And there is all formats.
Oh, I see.
You can go to the all formats, the thing that's next to the filter, and go like select all. Yeah, click on select all.
Well, I'm going to just filter out the ones I don't care about.
Yeah, but then you can click select all to remove all of those things. Oh, there is a legacy deck, for example. Why mono? That's the same. No, that's a different deck.
But there's no Mystic Forge in it, so just
there's
lie
no mono
to me.
green. Why? Okay,
wait. Is there a Mystic Forge? I don't see one.
No, I don't see any Mystic Forge.
What is going on? This search is buggy. I don't understand what's going on. All right.
You can select all. Click select all again.
Okay.
And then click just only legacy and filter. Well, there's only Karn Echoes. I don't know. They don't have it. They just don't have it.
This deck doesn't even have Mystic Forge.
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, let's forget it.
All right.
I know there's the normal Mystic Forge.
You know what? I'll just find the list that Ari played and we'll look at it. So this was the deck. If you wanted to fit in Forsaken Monument, you know, you don't even have to play multiple because you have Inventor Sphere, right?
Yeah, you can play one instead of like a Thran Dynamo or like I don't know what you would exactly call it, but you could play one.
I remember Ari did not own a lot of these cards, and he did not own a bunch of City of Traders, which was super expensive. No, what the heck?
It's still super expensive. Like it's probably not gonna get much cheaper.
I also lent him a Grim Monolith. What is going on? Why is this card this much?
I don't know. At first it spiked because Zerda, but then Zerda got banned.
Well, it's just EDH, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that eventually. I was gonna say, and then people that just play this in EDH because of other stuff. Has been so many more cards that make infinite with this nowadays. There's Zerda. There's someone there. What's the card called? The blue-green one.
You mean Kinnan, Bonder, Prodigy?
Does Kinnan work with this even, or am I talking? When you tap a non-land permanent for mana, add 1 mana anytime. Okay, well that's not what I meant, but there has been more cards nowadays that go infinite with Grim Monolith than usual.
So May 25th, it actually doubled. So there must have been a buyout.
When
because I'm looking at this calendar thing.
Where's
Where's COVID? COVID's right here.
I mean, Ikoria.
Oh, Ikoria is... It's not listed on this. They stopped keeping track of that.
Then the first spike is probably Ikoria because of Zerda, I think. Zerda made this card spike. I'm pretty sure.
April 24th. You're right. It's around then that it started to go up.
And then it went down because Zerda got banned. And then for some reason it went up again. Which is probably because people found out more ways to like make infinite with it in ADH.
Yeah, I mean, Grim Monolith is a pretty strong card.
It has always been a pretty strong card. Is it like one of the World Championship winning decks with Grim Monoliths?
Yep, actually two of them, I believe. Do you want to go look at them?
Yeah, sure.
John Finkel Tinker. I remember these really well. Worlds, it was a Tinker mirror in the finals. They have 4 Grim Monolith because why wouldn't you?
Mithra's Helix, also a funny card.
Yeah, and
basically super Rishadan port.
Horrific. A lot of real life stuff spiked when the stimulus checks were sent out. Oh, that makes sense. It probably correlates to when Trump sent out the first checks.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, is your favorite permit Helmut Sommersberger?
Oh, yeah, that's where he top 8 worlds, I remember.
Wow, this deck looks so much worse than playing Tinker in your deck.
What was he even playing? What's that?
Mono blue counterspells.
Magpie.
Yeah, no, the point is you just play one of these and counterspell every single card that they play.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I think it's less good than this deck, obviously, for a lot of reasons. The other deck I was thinking of that plays that is, do you remember the Kai deck?
Yeah, it's like a red color.
It's big red.
Red-brown. It's a red-brown. Yeah, it's big red.
Oh, no.
Covetous Dragon. Yeah, this deck could this deck turn 2 Covetous Dragon, or was it...
I think it can, yeah.
I think it could turn 2, because I think it had a soul in
it. It has 7 soul in it. This looks like a legacy deck, except these cards are worse.
These cards are already old. That's the difference.
I love Temporal Aperture, and then you realize Urza's a callback to this card, and Urza's like 9,000 times more broken than this card.
Yes. Aperture, and there's also Wildfire, which is a fun card, kind of. Fire Diamond. The power level between the cards in this deck is kind of funny, because you had like 4 Grim Monoliths, and then you had like 4 Fire Diamonds. I don't know. I mean, Fire Diamond is still pretty good, I guess. But
I think this is smart by Kai. He probably played a Karn to kill opposing artifacts. With like Master Core.
Mirrors or something.
Well, you just Karn their artifacts and cast Wildfire.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's like the late game plan to like get them to 0 permanence, basically. Again, Mithra's Helix. Rack and Ruin used to be a card that got played in the past. I've seen that in like red lands, like blue-white red landstill or blue-red landstill.
This used to be a super heavily played card in Vintage, and then Ancient Grudge, Shattering Spree, what's the other one? Collector Oof, all supplanted this card.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
It's not needed anymore nowadays. Ancient Grudge is actually really just a better version of this card.
I really like the art on this card, though.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's a really OG card.
It also is a call out to Viashino Heretic, which I also believe blows up artifacts.
Yes. This card used to be pretty good. I mean, not always, but like there used to be metagame, like formats and metagames where this card used to be really good.
And who can forget the Mox Monkey?
This one is still getting played in Pauper.
Yeah, it kills artifact lands is the real reason.
Yeah, it kills Affinity, basically.
This is really, really a hateful card. It's like, why...
Why would someone design this?
Well, I love how the black version of this card is not good.
What is the black version, actually?
Oh, it's an Exodus.
Ooh. I mean, it's not... Oh, it costs 2 to cast. That's different. But I see. It's interesting.
This card is just really, really, really clunky. But back in Limited back then, you would just like sit there forever, in games. So it was like great in Limited. But
I mean, in Limited, this card has to be good. Yeah.
Tempest Block notoriously, like, people said it was fast, and I actually did not agree with it being fast. Alright, sweet. Okay, let's go back and rewatch that one and decide if we should actually ponder real quick.
Yeah, I'm interested in knowing.
Wait.
Why is everything blanked out?
You know what? I can probably go to the prelim and just click on it there. Yep.
Oh yeah, let's just do that.
Okay. So first off, I think it's correct to mulling this hand. Thinking
this
about
has to be a mull again, yeah. So there what did we bottom? We bottom the Delver, right?
I think it's still right. I'm still looking at this hand. I think it's right.
And we were on the draw?
Yep. And we both went to 6.
So with this exact hand, I think it's correct to not ponder turn, probably. But then something happened. I don't know what happened.
Well, we got wasted after.
No. I mean, what card did we draw? Oh, we drew another Delver. Right?
Yeah, we drew another Delver, which obviously like super. So the other thing you could do is play the Delver. Maybe we were actually supposed to do that.
To just make them not waste us, maybe, or something.
Yeah, actually, maybe that was a mistake.
Yeah. We were thinking about having the Delver as a pitch card, so we can have Force Days and the combo, basically, because you don't need the Delver if you have the Phoenixes. But maybe it's still correct to play the Delver here, so just they, like, don't waste us, just to make them, like, play a Strix or play a Plow or something. I don't know. Maybe that's correct.
So I'm willing to believe that not playing this is wrong, actually.
Yeah, I think so. I think not playing the Ponder is correct because, like, if you had a second Dark Grid or a second, or like a Bolt or a second Cantrip in your hand, I think casting a Ponder has to be correct.
Yeah, I agree with all of that, but we don't have
missing
any of
all
that.
of those. Since we are missing all of those, I think it's better to play it this way.
Yep, and if we just draw a land, we get super rewarded, and that's not a big ask, I think. But I think playing the Delver to make them, like, not waste us is probably great.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right, so that was a mistake, which is fine. Like, it's fine. And honestly, like, I think we get pretty lucky to win after getting wastelanded, frankly.
Yeah, because we drew exactly Island, and, like, I mean, Island is probably not the best one, but definitely one.
Obviously, you don't force there, and now we ended up playing the Delver. So yeah,
We ended up playing it anyway.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Questionable. Questionable.
I think it's correct to force this one, or daze this one for sure.
Yeah, it's correct to daze this one while we still have the daze. But then, like, the same stuff happened again, and we were like, okay, we can't pitch the Ponder really.
Because the Ponder is way too valuable to look for a black source, I think, to pitch.
Yeah, if we pitch the Ponder, we can't even go off if we draw a black source. So we had to keep the Ponder, and then...
Yep,
yeah,
and we actually have so much damage lined up that we managed to beat them through them removing all of our stuff, which is kind of sweet. Well, they don't remove literally all of our stuff. Just
there was also one. Obviously, they could have had a Force of Will there, and then we would have maybe lost the game.
Yeah, but like, I think waiting is bad. Like,
it was weird because yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, for some reason we ended up having Force of Will in our hand with other pitch card again. I don't know. I feel like Force of Will is so inconsistent against those Bile decks. Sometimes it's so good, sometimes it's really bad.
What could we have had instead?
Only Thoughtseize, but I'm not. No. I think on the draw game 3, you want to have the forces.
And you saw how awkward our mana was there too, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying it annoys me, but because, like, sometimes Force of Will, especially in this deck, if you draw multiples of the black cards and stuff, you don't have enough pitch. Like, compared to Delver, Rock Delver, they usually don't run out of pitches. This deck sometimes runs out of pitch cards.
We just cast a bunch of lightning bolts this game, essentially, is what happened. Like, all of our Phoenixes were lightning bolts.
We literally were a burn deck, right? Like, we played Phoenixes for one attack, then they all died, and then we burned them.
But it's kind of weird because when we play 3 bolts, I kind of think maybe the deck should just have 4 bolts as well.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe this deck should have 4 bolts. I didn't build it. I just wanted to play the exact same list, but
Yeah, and it worked out. I
Obviously,
mean,
don't know
like,
the reasonings behind the
Buy was
exact
great.
numbers.
Snow was great. D&D was like, all right, whatever. We could have played slightly better, and that was great. And, played 3 matches and won 66% of them for 3-1.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Um,
I think we've been long or on long enough that we can call it now.
I think we should call it now, yeah.
I did have fun playing this deck, but you know what?
This deck is always fun, but it's not always good. I just feel like this version is more viable. The Doomsday plan makes it so much better against Snow that I feel like this deck is real, kind of.
So
I don't know how good exactly it is, but it's real.
Yeah, a few things. I'm not sure how much I'll stream next week because it's, Xmas. I'll probably try to get a cube in or two, maybe.
Xmas cube.
Oops, I don't want all of those there. Close those. So a few things. If you enjoy the stream, hit that follow button, hit that sub button. Use your Twitch Prime on someone. Like, seriously. If you don't like me as much as you like someone else, that's fine. Go support them. But supporting someone, I think, is great.
Sylvia Wataru, right?
Yeah, but they only talk in Japanese. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, they do. No. I mean, if someone wants to, they can go over there anyway.
Yeah, but I'll let you pick someone for us to raid.
Let me think. We could. I mean, I don't want to host Canister because he has so many viewers usually. What about when there's K-Prince? I think we could do that.
Okay.
We could also go scroll a little bit downward. There's someone else just checking, so because I don't know anyone. What about just hosting K-Prince? I don't know how his stream looks like. I've never watched him stream. I just know
I think it's decent. And he's a solid player, obviously. Although I never lose to him. Yeah, I'm lucky versus him. N equals 2.
N equals 2.
Alright, so we'll rate him. And you know what? We'll say a host from Stefan Shoots, courtesy of Stefan. So thanks for hanging out. I'll be back, I don't know, sometime next week. And thanks, everyone. Stay on for the raid.